Looks like that there's some issues. One second. All right, looks like it's working now. Well, welcome back to some Rosewater as we continue on through cults in New Bethel and hopefully make it to El Presidio today so we can find Dr. Clark's missing fortune. Oh, that's right, okay.
Leger, find the saboteur yet?
No, still looking.
Well, you won't find them in here.
What if one of them was the saboteur? What if they all were the saboteur? What if I was the saboteur? But hopefully everyone's having a good day, and welcome. We're going to try and hopefully finish Rosewater today. At least that would be the hope. And otherwise, hopefully we'll be able to figure it out for next week. After we finish Rosewater, we're going to play Oxenfree, as that was suggested, I believe, by
I've got
Kat.
nothing to say to her right now.
Oh, I think we have to... So if I remember right, it's Eliza. We're pretty certain she's the saboteur. Like, she's right there. But did we go into her... Did we go into her little dresser that Phil was like, have you no shame? I was like, no, I don't. Okay, I must have. Oh, she has the cloak right there. Yeah, we're gonna, Kat suggested Oxenfree, so...
Wait a minute, this is the same cloak I saw through the spyglass. Got you now, Eliza.
The proof has been found. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan. We're gonna do Oxenfree next. Because around Memorial Day, I'm going to not be streaming for 2 weeks because I'm gonna be visiting family and such, so... I'm hoping that I should be able to have enough time to finish Rosewater, Oxenfree, and then, I think I'm looking at maybe Clara. Can we point
Hello
out?
again, Joanna.
Hello to you, Sister Harley.
Haha! Let's air it all the dirty laundry.
Joanna, I'm afraid I have some disturbing news.
Unless
What is
Joanna's in on
Can
it
you call
too.
together the community? This is something everyone needs to hear.
Yeah,
What
I've
is
heard
this
good things
about?
about it.
I would be glad to make an announcement once I know what it concerns.
I'm afraid I have to insist on addressing everyone at once.
As you wish. I'll call an assembly. Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, Sister Harley has asked me to bring you all together to hear her words. Tell us, Sister Harley, what news have you for us all?
There is a wolf among you.
Since you all came here, you feared wolves in the forest below.
We've got to
But
use
I'm sorry to tell you that the
our
real
oratory.
wolf has been living among you all this time.
What are you saying?
Eliza has been pulling the strings all along. She's been manipulating us all. She's been setting traps in the road to capture wagons and bring their passengers into New Bethel.
What? How dare you?
I saw her enter a secret cave at the base of the mountain.
Exactly.
It was full of saboteurs' tools, along with spare wagon wheels.
Is what released Devin.
What? Eliza, what are you doing with that?
Claiming my birthright. Just because you disavowed father doesn't mean I did.
So it was sabotage. I always ask myself if our breakdown was really an accident. You've been lying to us all these years.
No, I swear I didn't know anything about this.
Then why did you prop up the lie about Abraham Levinsky?
What lie? Brother Abraham was killed when he left the safety of New Bethel, torn apart by wolves.
Could she be... Maybe she was misled. Maybe it was Eliza and James that was in all of that.
Then why is his grave empty?
But what are you saying? Brother James buried him. He told us the body was terribly mangled.
So you never actually saw Levinsky's body?
No, I put my faith in Brother James's word.
Apparently, she put her
There
faith in
was
the wrong
no
people.
body, because Levinsky never died. There were no wolves. In fact, he made it safely to Las Virgenes. Just weeks ago, he was in the papers announcing his niece's marriage. It was just a story concocted to keep you all here. To keep you afraid.
He was trying to protect you. He was trying to protect all of us. Brother James was the one who had the idea to bring in new members. He understood that a community can't thrive without them.
James was a saint. He loved this community. And you, Sister Johanna. There's nothing he wouldn't have done for you all.
I think
Oh, you have a great
that is
day, Disco
becoming
Dragon.
very clear.
Eliza, I don't understand. Why would you do this?
The outside world is a horrible place, Mother. You should know this better than anyone. Look at what we've built here. How we've grown and flourished. We had to keep that safe. That's why you had to make sure no one ever left the mountain. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I only wanted people to share in our joy.
But you did it without asking us if we wanted a part of it.
Yeah, this has been built on a house of
Trust
lies.
Ain't no community worth living in.
Joanna, my love, there's something else you probably ought to know about. I never said anything because after a while it didn't seem to matter. But after the crash, I examined the boiler and, well, it had clearly been sabotaged.
What?
We were headed for disaster.
Eliza
I saw it
has
in
just
our
got
vision.
in on the sabotage at a young
You
age.
saw that we were going to crash, that someone was going to sabotage the ship.
No, Mother, you don't understand. I saw the sun setting in the west and the sea became red with blood. We were going to make it to the coast, but the land was already tainted, cursed. It was the mountain that was our true home, a citadel of holy peace. I just had to make sure we ended up here.
So, you brought the airship down? Eliza, you could have killed us all.
But I didn't. I gave us a new life, a better life.
Hey,
And
welcome,
you
Dina.
can keep it. Come on, Jerome. We're leaving this rock. Anybody who wants to come
We
with us
are
is
exposing
welcome.
cults in
What?
Rosewater.
You can't just leave. Where will you go?
Anywhere but here.
You won't last 2 minutes out there.
Silence, Eliza, until further notice.
But
I said silence. Return to your quarters immediately. Wait for me to come find you. Please, Sister Sue Ellen, don't be so hasty. It breaks my heart to hear what my baby has done, but now that I know the truth, there's no reason we can't start over. We can continue to live here without the fear of the unknown below.
That
Kinda.
ain't gonna work, sis. Joanna, not now.
We had
way
our
past
wagon
that.
sabotaged.
She's got a point, Joanna. You can't just start over and pretend none of this ever happened. You need to give everyone time to decide what they want to do.
Yes, maybe you're right.
Nothing personal against you, Joanna. You've been a decent leader, even if we didn't always agree. But we gotta have a chance to make our own life on our own terms.
Well, you're always welcome in New Bethel, should you change your mind.
Thank you, Joanna. But I don't think we will.
I don't know what to say. I suppose I should thank you for opening
She is
my
taking it
eyes.
relatively
I'm sorry
well.
it had to be this way, but I couldn't keep silent.
I think perhaps
'Cause I thought
I've
she might have
relied
been
too
in on
much
it, too.
Silence. When no one is speaking, it is easier to imagine that everyone is of one mind. My own daughter. When I thought she was bent in humble prayer, she was hatching secret plots in her heart. Will you be leaving us then?
Afraid so, ma'am. The open road beckons.
Very well. I'll arrange for your wagon to be repaired, now that we know where the parts are. It'll be ready by morning.
Thanks, Joanna.
Go on the
I'm
road.
glad you decided to speak out against Eliza, Miss Legere. It was the push we all needed.
Of course. I couldn't let things go on like that. What will you two do?
Not entirely sure. Reckon we'll continue on to the coast, like we were before.
Need a ride? Might be cramped.
Oh,
but
at
we
least
can
we're
make
offering.
room.
Thank you, but no. There's a whole group leaving with us.
We'll make our own way. Together.
All right. Goodbye then. And good luck.
To you as well.
Yes. It's kind of like a point-and-click adventure Wild West game. Oh,
Our sojourn
Hellfire
in New Bethel has
Pass.
left us all somewhat shaken. Thankfully, we have only to cross Hellfire Pass today, and from there, it's a straight shot down into El Presidio. With our
Oh,
goals
really?
so near in sight, we can all focus our attention back to the task of locating Dr. Clark's fortune.
Yeah, because it kept having little scenes play out throughout all of that. And we looked still so far away.
Phil's music has livened up the journey some. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
It's a good thing we got away from New Bethel. For a while, I wasn't sure we ever would.
It's really a shame. It seemed like such a promising place. To think I was seriously considering staying there. Painful as I'm sure it was for them. I'm glad you exposed the truth. A life of deceit.
Yeah, I
is
haven't
not
played
worth living.
Red Dead, but I've heard good things about it.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
Hell of a trip this has been so far. Huh, Jake?
Sure has. Ought to give you plenty to write about, huh?
How do you suppose the people of New Bethel will fare?
It's a good thing that
Honestly,
we've
I've tried
negotiated
putting
their
the whole
book rights and
affair out of
movie
my
rights.
mind. I rather pity them. Kinda wish you hadn't shattered their illusion. Then again, it ain't so easy living a lie.
How about another story?
Sure. Let me tell you about the biggest rattlesnake I ever saw.
I think he's already
Pretty
told
sure
me that
you
one.
told me that one
Yeah.
already.
Did I? Well, it's better the second time, trust me.
All of Jake's stories are better the second time, according to Jake.
So that's how I learned to never turn my back on a snake. What the?
Something wrong?
Some fellers on horseback are blocking the pass up ahead.
I'll have a look. Is there some trouble?
No trouble at all. Let us keep it that way, huh? I'm Agent Carson of the Blackburn Investigation Bureau. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What's this about?
I will explain everything. First, I must ask that you and everyone inside the wagon kindly step outside. Come out quickly, please. No fuss.
The FBI's after us.
I appreciate your cooperation. I will be brief.
How can we be of service?
As I told your driver, this won't take long. I have a few questions. First off, where are you folks headed?
We're going to El Presidio.
I see. For what purpose?
Just looking to conduct some business.
Where did you set
We
out
are
from?
looking to do a business.
East of here.
I can see as much by your direction of travel. Where, specifically?
From Rosewater.
I see. You've had a long journey. You must have encountered quite a number of people on your trip, yes?
A few? Why do you ask?
We're looking for some folks. And I
Wonder
you
if
might
this
have
is like
seen them.
because of the wagon stuff we did.
Easy now, pup. No need for all that. Control your animal, would you?
The dog can sense evil.
The dog doesn't seem to care for you.
No? Well, let's get to the heart of it.
Shh, Lisa Lou. There's a good girl.
We are tracking a couple of men.
They must be dangerous fellers if you Blackburns were called in.
Quite. These men are ruthless bandits who raided an army supply wagon. The attack happened near Rosewater. And as it happens, you folks are coming from there. So
Lots of
naturally,
people come
I
from
must
there.
ask if you know anything about the incident.
First I hear of it.
Same. Can't help you there.
Then I wonder if you might have seen these men on the road. See, a trapper family reported they camped a few days ago with some folks.
Oh,
fit
they
our
ratted me
description.
out.
They said they were traveling in a wagon, much like this one, bound for El Presidio.
And what is the description of these men?
One's a tall white man with brown hair and a well-trimmed mustache. The other's a short, swarthy new Spanish fellow with a beard.
Wait, how did they see
Look,
Phil?
I don't know what to tell you, gents.
Oh, I believe you do, Mr. Ackerman. In fact, I would be very interested in hearing.
Because it
your
was Harley
account.
and Jake
That goes for Mr.
that were
Marquez
distracting
and the
them.
rest of your party as well.
You can leave Miss Johnson out of this. She doesn't know anything.
We will determine that for
Hey, welcome,
ourselves.
Jonathan. Yeah, point-and-click games
Will you
are a good
quiet
bit of
that
fun.
mongrel?
Lisa, shh, girl.
I don't play as many as I would
Now,
like.
If you'll all kindly step away from the wagon, hands where I can see them. We will start our questioning with Mr. Ackerman.
And then what? Jail?
No, Mr. Marquez. Do you take us for the provincial sheriff?
Maybe they'll ask
Besides,
Jake about
the
his
jails are
rattlesnake
much too crowded with
story.
lowlifes these days, don't you think? Countries full of vagrants and foreigners. You really
Yeah, I think they
stepped
are.
in it when you decided to
Hey,
pick
welcome,
off that
Tatsuya.
wagon. Truly, you did. Did you know who you were messing with, I wonder?
Are you going to inform us of who we were messing with?
You'll tell us all about it, and then we will see that you don't tell anyone else. Quicker we do this, the better for all of us. Believe me. I said shut that beast up. Williams, take care of it, would you?
Uh-oh.
Take cover.
Everyone's still
Oh, this got
alive?
intense fast.
For the moment.
Anybody seen Jake and Nadine?
I can go look for them.
Not until we do something about these Blackburns.
It doesn't add up. We robbed an army wagon, sure. But why call in the Blackburns? If the army wants us, why not send soldiers?
Hey, welcome,
Good
Disco
question.
Dragon.
Maybe we can ponder that later if we're not dead.
Hold on, maybe we can ask them.
These woods are lousy with Blackburn agents. Danny?
Hmm?
Are you okay?
This is just like it happened last time.
You mean with Petey and your old gang?
Yeah, I hid then too. Left them all to die.
This is not exactly the best time.
Look,
Do I have
survived,
an episode,
but
Danny?
we need you. Nobody can shoot like you can.
I don't know that I can.
What do you mean? You're a great shot.
Yes, but only with bottles and juggling balls. I've never shot a person before. Not for real.
Phil?
This is not the best time, Harley. What do you want?
So, General, battlefield assessment?
Yeah, you're a
What do we do
general.
here?
Give some orders.
Take them all out at once. We might stand a chance.
We've
But
been
the
pulled over
dynamite
by the
is in
feds.
wagon.
I could go get it.
You think you can make it there?
Got any better ideas?
I do not.
Where do you keep the dynamite?
In a storage trunk on the back.
Yes,
right.
things have
Very
escalated
well.
quickly.
Got anything on you that could help?
As a matter of fact, I do. Here.
Your
Yeah, it doesn't.
flask?
Well, admittedly,
Courage.
Harley doesn't have.
Does
Oh, we've
wonders.
got alcohol.
Thanks.
Maybe we can win him over with booze.
I'll need some cover to get to the wagon. Can you help?
I am not well positioned for that here. One of the others would be better.
Danny?
Hmm?
I need you to cover me while I run to the wagon. You don't have
Oh,
to try
there
to
we
hit
go.
anyone. Just lay down some fire to keep them from shooting back. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we need to get
I don't think I'll
dynamite.
be able to cover you the whole way though.
Better than nothing. Thanks.
He's not even shooting anyone.
Behind that tree would be a good spot to hide.
Up.
Thanks for the cover, Danny.
Oh, okay.
These woods are lousy with Blackburn agents. Another good spot to hide. A patch of dry dirt on the forest floor.
Oh,
Damn! Carson's over there. Guess he's too far for Danny. I need to distract him somehow.
what do I have to distract with? I got a doubloon.
An old Spanish doubloon.
I can buy him over with that.
Phil's flask. Full of alcohol. If I'm gonna throw something at Carson, it needs to be something that'll keep him occupied long enough for me to get past. Sorry, Phil, but desperate
Oh.
times and all that.
I see what we could do. We're gonna get mud. We're gonna put some dirt in his eye. Well, I guess mud, not...
Yuck. All right, Harley. If ever there was a time to make your aim count, this is it.
Yeah, I think he
Hey,
was
Carson.
covering once we got over to here.
Got him. He ran farther into the woods. I should be clear to get closer to the wagon now.
Exactly.
Not far to the wagon now. Nadine, are you okay?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
okay.
and there's the trunk.
What about you and the others?
All accounted for except Jake.
I think he's up near the front of the wagon. We need to
Oh,
do
wait,
something
there's
about
Carson
those
over
men.
there.
Working on it. Hey, Nadine.
Yes?
Phil's had an idea to get rid of the Blackburns. He needs some dynamite from that trunk behind
Quick,
the
cover
wagon.
me, Nadine.
How will you get over there?
Still trying to figure that out. You said you saw Jake at the front of the wagon?
He ran that way when the shooting started. He dropped his hat in the commotion. I picked
Oh.
it up for him. Seems silly. I I just did it without thinking.
Put the hat on the stick.
Think I could hold on to Jake's hat for
It'll
a
be our
spell?
distraction.
Here it is.
Human bait, yeah.
You
I don't
might
think
be
Nadine's gonna be
Still
willing
okay.
to.
The others?
Well, Danny's having something of a crisis.
Poor Danny. None of us were prepared for this.
Let's see. Oh, we could.
Fits all right, but ugh, it's all sweaty.
I like how you can wear the tinfoil hat as well.
I hope this works as a decoy.
There we go. It's a shame that we
Okay,
lost the
I've got
tinfoil
an idea.
hat.
I'm going to get Carson's attention with this. While he's distracted, you make a break for the trunk.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go.
Oh, we are having Nadine do it.
Nice going. Now toss me a stick of dynamite, would you? Thanks. Sit tight and keep your head low. I'll get this back to Phil.
All right. Good luck, Harley.
Bill, time to have a blast.
Mission accomplished. Got the dynamite.
Excelente. Give it here.
Catch!
Everyone down and cover your ears. Dynamite! Run!
Only place they're running is to hell.
That has taken care of them.
Nice work, Mr. Marquez.
Gracias.
That's all of them?
All the ones I saw. Carson, you're the last one standing. Give yourself up while you got the chance.
All right, damn you. I know when I'm beat.
Come on. Let's find Nadine and Jake.
Yeah, where is Jake? He's been kind of useless.
No sudden moves. You're outgunned.
I am well aware of the situation, ma'am. I hope you all realize just how much trouble you're in. You've killed 4 good men. My client will be very displeased to learn of this.
You're gonna have to send more next time.
You're not in any position to be making a report.
I'm not an idiot. I've already informed my client of your identities.
Wait,
If I'm
how?
not heard from, they'll know exactly who to blame.
Enough, Leger. We need to end this.
Yes, make an example of him. Send a message to his client.
We don't have to kill him. The Blackburns aren't well liked in El Presidio. We could turn them into
It was a
the police
tactical
there.
nuke.
Whoever sent them, it wasn't lawful. They tried to murder us.
Do what you like. It won't make a lick of difference.
I mean, it'll make a lick of difference to you.
Before doing anything, we need to disarm him.
One last thing before you do.
God damn it, Lola. You had a gun right on him. Oh no. Aw.
Nadine! Are you alright? Say something.
You're dead. You have to
Give her
say
some
something.
space. I will try to stop the bleeding.
I'm going to check the wagon, see if I can find Jake. Stay with us, Nadine. Please.
And the worst part is she's the, the doctor of the group. She's like the worst person to get shot.
Oh, Harley. Glad to see you in one piece. Things got real rough back there, but we made it out all right. Everyone is all right, right?
I'm gonna backhand you, Jake.
No, everyone's not alright. Nadine's been shot.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, she's a strong one, and brimming with all that medical know-how. She'll pull through for sure.
Things might have gone better if you'd been around to help. Where were you when the shots started flying?
Me? Oh, well, I was holding a position at the front of the wagon, you see. I was aiming to push forward, looking for my opening. Then you folks took care of everybody. Mighty impressive how you handled yourselves, I must say.
Convenient.
You're acting stranger than usual. What's going on?
Now, Harley, that ain't a very nice thing to say. We've just been ambushed and nearly killed by the Blackburns. Blood's still pumping a mite hot, you know. Being shot at'll do that to you.
Are you running away?
What? Preposterous. Gentleman Jake does not run away.
It's more of a
And
saunter.
what are you doing?
Why, I'm acting in accordance with my true nature. I'm a coward, Harley.
What?
Don't make me say it again.
So you are running away.
It does make
That is about
sense.
the long and the short of it.
Why?
Especially
I told
because
you.
he's already said that he
Just
doesn't shoot
let me
without
tuck
an
my
audience.
tail under and go, would you? Do we need to drag this out?
Yes, yes we do.
Hang on. What about Clark's stash?
If you can find it, you're welcome to it. This was meant to be a simple job. Find out where Clark went, get paid. Nobody said nothing about crossing the army or getting shot at by goddamn Blackburns.
So the great gentleman Jake turns tail as soon as things get rough?
As a great man once said, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Hope there's no hard feelings.
You can't just up and leave. Not after all we've been through.
I was never much for sentimentality, Miss Leger. Besides, I'm sure you're relieved to see the back of me.
But
What
how
about
will I
Danny?
hear about all
You're
your
gonna walk
stories
away and
again?
leave him behind like this?
The kid deserves a better life than following an old fool like me around. A chance to bolster his confidence and make something of himself. Hell, just knowing you folks these past few days has given him that much. Well, I'd best be off. Good luck getting to El Presidio.
Well, that sucks. I mean, it kind of makes sense considering Jake
How is
has
she?
been
Hanging on.
a bit
But
of a
barely.
charlatan.
Nadine? Nadine!
We have to get her to El Presidio. She needs a hospital.
But first we have to hide these bodies, so more Blackburns do not come after us. Where is Jake, by the way?
He left. Turns out he was no hero after all.
He what?
Oh, carajo. This day just keeps getting worse. Well,
Well, yeah,
sooner we get
but he
this
was
done, the
willing to
better.
flee and leave us all to die. Kind of a big problem
Nadine.
there.
We almost lost Nadine. She's still fighting for her life, but we're going to get her help. She has to pull through. It can't end like this. Jake's gone too. Damn him. Anyway, we finally made it. El Presidio.
Well, that last leg was pretty easy and
We were
quick.
supposed to pick up Dr. Clark's trail here at the Jolly Good Club, but I'm not sure what good that will do us now. Those of us who are left.
The ship is sinking.
Everything's changed.
There she is. El Presidio.
It's grown since I was last here.
Cities have a habit of doing that.
Shouldn't be too tough to find our way around. We just need to find a safe place to park the wagon.
Oh no, this is the end of the line for me.
And then that was
I'm getting
3.
Nadine to the hospital. That's as far as I go. Our business is concluded.
But I thought,
No hard feelings, Leger. The journey's been interesting for sure. Good luck finding that fortune of yours.
Take that bit, Lola.
What next?
suppose we should find a place to stay. We'll need to plan.
Good evening. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but
Damn it.
are you Miss Harley Leger?
No autographs.
Say, you look familiar. I've seen you before.
That
got a
is
nice
entirely
monocle,
possible,
though.
Miss Leger. I do believe we were in Rosewater.
Hey, welcome,
at the same
Guten
time.
Chad.
My name is Timothy King. I've been sent to welcome you to our fair city.
Hey, the last town
My
greeter
employer
tried
is
to rob
quite
us.
keen to meet you and your associates. There's a carriage waiting to take us to the offices of Vespuccia Petrol. Please, follow me if you would.
And just who is this mysterious employer of yours?
I'm afraid she would be quite cross with me if I robbed her of the pleasure of introducing herself. You'll soon be acquainted.
Fine. Let's go then.
Blackburn's already removed half of our party, in one way or another.
They're here, ma'am.
Thank you, Timothy.
I don't know, he has a nice monocle. I have to trust him just on that basis.
Miss Leger, please come in.
I do remember seeing her
Welcome
at
to
Rosewater
Presidio.
very briefly.
I hope your journey here wasn't too unpleasant.
Can you tell me what in the ether is going on?
I appreciate you must have many questions, Miss Legere. I shall gladly answer them, but first permit me to ask one of my own. Where is Mr. Ackerman?
He's in hell.
I haven't a clue. We were attacked by the Blackburns and he turned tail and ran.
I see. Pity for him. This is a blatant breach of
Oh, she was
contract.
his employer
Beg
then.
pardon?
My name is D.W. Shaw. I am the owner and operator of Vespuccia Petrol. Last week, I met with Mr. Ackerman in Rosewater to discuss a business proposition.
And that's why we saw her outside
Engaged
then.
his services to track down Dr. Bennett Clark and bring him to me. A few days ago, I received a letter informing me he was on his way here along with the team he had assembled. He seemed confident you had found a significant lead as to Clark's whereabouts. But now, you tell me he has abandoned your group and the assignment. This puts me in a rather awkward
Unless Jake
position.
is somewhere secretly in the
Perhaps
city
all is
doing his
not
own thing.
lost. You've come this far. I see no reason why you can't finish what Mr. Ackerman started.
I'm confused. You asked Jake to look for Dr. Clark?
Correct.
Then why did he tell us we were searching for Clark's missing fortune?
Missing fortune? What missing fortune?
Oh, he
Jake
spiced
said
it up.
Dr. Clark left behind a bunch of money when he disappeared.
I see. I haven't a clue why he chose to mislead you. Perhaps he felt a treasure hunt would be more enticing.
He certainly did have a flair for the dramatic.
A risk of hiring a stage entertainer. But the truth would have had to come out eventually. My agreement with him was quite clear. 25,000 crowns in exchange for bringing me Dr. Clark. The same agreement applies to the three of you.
So you're telling me Clark's still alive?
Alive, and ironically, somewhere in El Presidio. What exactly was this lead you found?
Right before he disappeared, Dr. Clark was invited to stay at the Jolly Good Club.
Ah, yes, I know it. Quite exclusive. I myself have never set foot inside.
I really hope that
Intend to
dinosaur
search for him there.
person we
Seems the
found
best option.
Very
is
good.
going to do their
Find the
exhibit
club
there.
on Cedar Avenue between Gull and Hare Street. In the meantime, I will ensure your stay here is comfortable. I've reserved rooms at the Presidio Hotel on the other side of town. You must be exhausted.
He
I'll
was
have dinner with someone at
researching
church. Enjoy your
ethericity
rest.
for like a
Should you
weapons
need to speak
stuff,
with
if
me
I
again,
remember
you
right.
may return here.
Or
Good
at least
luck
I
to you.
think that that's probably what it was. Because he killed a bunch of people with the disaster with it. So it wouldn't be too surprising
I can't
if
remember
things would
the
be
last
like
time I
weapons
slept
with
in
it.
such a comfortable bed.
Neither can I.
So, what is our plan for tonight?
To see what we can find out at the Jolly Good Club.
Let's break in.
Hey, Phil? Any theories on why Shaw's
Let's get the
so
deep
interested
lore
in
from
Dr.
our two
Clark?
remaining
There was
companions.
a fire in her eyes. A passion. Many people lost loved ones in that disaster. If she suffered a loss, she might wish to use her wealth to purchase a measure of revenge. It is a theory.
Can you believe that, Jake? How could he just leave us like that?
I feel like such a fool, believing he was any different than Stokes. Why are all the men in this country so lacking in decency and valor?
No offense,
Hey,
Danny.
I'm not.
Certainly not, my friend. Vespuccia could use more men like you.
Do you think Nadine will recover from her wound?
It looked very bad, but I have seen men rise again after receiving worse. At least she made it through the wilderness and is receiving treatment in a real city. This is cause for hope.
I hope Miss Johnson will be all right.
I would not worry about her. Some creatures are pack animals, like wolves, and some are solitary
Besides,
hunters.
Lola
like
has a
pumas.
dog now.
Lola Johnson is a puma if ever I met one. She knows how to look after herself.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
Hopefully this isn't like a downer ending thing where it's like, oh, it looks like Nadine will pull through. Oh, and suddenly she dies.
What do you suppose Shaw's interest in Dr. Clark
Let's hope it
is?
doesn't go
Could
for
be
the
anything,
downer
really.
ending.
But I'm guessing it has to do with making her money.
Sorry about Jake. You must be real busted up about it.
I was, at first. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how obvious it should have been he was full of hot air. Having me do all the shooting, never a shred of proof to back up his stories. I thought working for him was the first stepping stone on some longer path. I thought I had so much to learn from him. Guess he taught me a lesson in the end, all right.
Yeah, just the lesson you didn't expect.
What do you suppose Nadine's chances of recovery are?
She wasn't looking too good when we parted ways.
Say about 50-50,
Miss
but there's a
Johnson
10%
seemed
chance of
determined
that.
to get her the care she needed. And Miss Johnson's a tracker, right? If she's looking for something, she finds it. At least, I hope so. Nadine deserves a second chance.
Miss Johnson really went through it with us. Hope she'll be okay.
I think she will be. At the very least, she's got a new dog friend to keep her company.
Let's look at the
A full day's
decorations.
sleep did me good. It's not that cold out, but a fire still feels nice.
Ooh, what can we steal from here? It's a hotel. Oh, we can take the fake fruit. Unless
This
it's
banana
real
looks
food.
nice and ripe. A bowl of fresh tropical fruit for the hotel guests.
Oh, nice.
Big family.
We can, like, steal the
Maybe
towels
hotel
and
owners?
shampoo and everything.
It's a sketch of something? I can't tell what.
Let's steal the moose head.
Bizarre, enormous
Yeah, I'm
creature.
surprised it wasn't
Don't
a
know what I'd
plastic
do if I
banana.
met that out in the woods. A portrait of a young soldier in uniform, practically still a kid.
Oh, that's lots of nice artwork.
A snowy winter scene must count as an exotic landscape around here.
Must be a really fancy hotel to
We
have
should
this
get a
many
move
stuff.
on. It's full of tools.
Steal his tools.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. What can I do for you?
What are you working on up there?
Just fixing the hotel sign. New management's looking to spruce the place up. Promised me a new tool set, too. Can't complain.
Something wrong with your current tools?
They're old and rusty. Need a replacing years ago. But
Alright.
hey,
He's probably
better
going to
late
be
than
like,
never,
and if
huh?
someone
I'm
was
most
to
looking
use
forward
them
to a new drill.
in a
No
point and
one
click
can hardly
adventure
make a
game,
hole in a bar of soap.
they'll break in one use.
Got any tips for what to do and see around here?
Yeah, it is a pretty
First-time
nice looking
visiting, huh?
town.
Annabro Square Park is a nice spot to relax. Closed after dusk, of course. I'd say the wharf's the beating heart of the city. But it gets pretty rough at night. It's just northeast of here. For a taste of the Far East, there's Chinatown. That's on Annabro Square Road between Finch and Gull. Communicating with the folks there can be a challenge. Although, I suppose your friend could help.
Thanks. That's very helpful. Remind me what we should...
Oh, shit.
In China.
I didn't expect him to repeat that.
Are you familiar
They
with
usually
the
don't give
Jolly
you a
Good
repeat
Club?
option.
Sure, I've heard of it. Real fancy place in the north part of town. Never been inside. That sort of place ain't for people like me. No disrespect, but I doubt they let you in either.
Well, that's why we're going to break in.
Have you heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Can't say I have. Sorry.
Thanks for the chat. I'll let you get back to work.
Evening to you.
The Vespuccia Petrol Building. Shaw really does have a great view of the city.
Oh, they
It's
do
not
have a thing where they
blocked by
built the
fog, anyway.
building on the hill so that like its shadow is cast over the city, letting you know who runs this place. Oh, where do we go? So many places we can go.
Nothing remarkable here. Nothing remarkable here.
Oh, we can like go. We can just search everywhere. Okay, what was up here? I saw something.
Nothing.
Briefly saw like a circle of stuff up here. Oh, okay, it's street signs.
Nothing remarkable. Nothing remarkable.
I want to say there was something on this street.
Nothing.
Oh, why are you making me...
Nothing
Why are you making me do this kind of stuff? I'm terrible at this kind of thing. Well, there's the wharf. Let's check that place out first.
Madre mia. So many people.
Watch yourselves, friends. Big cities aren't always kind. He's sleeping one off.
Let's rob the hobo.
She's shaking out some linens or sending secret signals across the way. She's just doing her job. These two are engaged in some highly emotional quarrel. They're giving those documents some serious contemplation.
It's looking like the pawn shop's the only place we can go to.
Hard to tell which is more the ass. She's minding her own business, but that one fellow seems very interested. You're tying one on and watching the world go by.
Look at all this trash.
I don't know, one man's trash is another's treasure.
Seems there wasn't enough wall space for these. Cheap art, the kind you'd expect to see, well, in a pawn shop.
Get the
Everything
pitchfork.
you'd need to start your own farm.
We'd get the creepy dolls as well.
A collection of rather creepy dolls. I hate the way their eyes seem to follow me. A bunch of
I mean, we
seafarers'
could always go
toys.
for the arson
Captain
route.
Boylan would love these. An authentic bone china tea set. Hate to see the price tag. Ask about our special behind-the-counter items. A variety of pistols under lock and key.
Is there anything we might actually
Repeaters,
need?
rifles, and shotguns. Good thing they're locked up.
Artemis?
Yes, can I help you?
You've got an impressive selection, but I was wondering what you had behind the counter.
Got some jewelry, some repair kits, and a set of lockpicks.
Oh.
Know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Never heard of it, sorry.
Anything you can tell a first-time visitor about this city?
If you're not feeling it in your legs yet, you will soon. Something to look forward to. Honestly, who thought it would be a good idea to build a city in such a hilly place?
Quite a shop you've got here.
Glad you like it.
How did the ship get up here on land?
The city extended the shoreline when it built the new breakwater. Brought the land to the ship. About that time, some big trading company went bankrupt and couldn't pay the upkeep on its derelicts. So the harbor authority seized them, converted them to lodgings and shops.
Well, it's definitely got the
I have something
the
to sell.
aesthetic.
Okay, what?
How much is this old Spanish doubloon worth?
Where did you find this?
Buried in the desert, if you can believe it.
Not bad. I can give you 45 crowns for it.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
good to me.
That's more money than I had to begin with.
I could use the lockpicks. What's the price?
10 crowns.
Okay, I'll take the lockpicks.
Now we can begin our life of crime.
And there you go. Just don't even think of using them here.
Appreciate the help.
Sure.
Alright, she's gone. Oh, I can't pick them. It's like, I'm totally going to not do that here. Artemis, what's going on? Alright, so after that, let's see where else we can go. Probably gonna have to go get the... Oh, there's more!
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Buy more
Get your
stuff.
fruit here. Pears and oranges, only 2 crowns. Lemons for 3. Coconuts for 5. Tell me what you're looking for.
Would you happen to be familiar with Dr. Bennett Clark?
The scientist? I've heard his name, but I don't know much about the man.
What can you tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Watch your step.
She's doing the
round
thing
here.
where she
Many
wants attention, but
times
she's not
I've seen
coming
visitors
close.
lose their way in the fog and take a plunge into the bay.
Hey, welcome back, Dean.
Do you know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Sure, I deal with them.
Didn't
from
he say
time to
peas,
time.
or
Can't
are they
tell you much
pears?
more beyond their fruit buying habits, though.
You get many customers at night?
Oh, sure. You came from the central part of the wharf. I'm sure you saw how lively it is. Plenty of folk from the saloon come by, sucking on lemons and oranges before bed eases the hangover to come. That's what they say, anyway. Who am I to argue?
I'll be off.
If you need fruit, you know where to find me. I'm open all night.
Yeah, the fact that there is this fella here selling fruit and we can have a big conversation with them probably means we're going to need fruit at some point. It's going to be necessary to progress.
Good evening.
Evening to you.
That boat yours?
Sure is. Use her to fish during the day, but sometimes I take folks for a sail. The price is right, of course.
And what is the right price for a ride?
Depends. A cruise around the bay will run you 20 crowns a head. If you had something specific in mind, we can negotiate.
I'd like to know about this city.
Oh, I love it here. There's a reason they call it the mouth of the West. We get all kinds coming through here from other provinces and other nations. El Presidio's been growing like crazy. Can't wait to see where it goes.
Well, maybe he has a legitimate fruit business, but he sells, like, drugs under the table.
Know anything about the Jolly
You know,
Good
since he
Club?
said
Never
peas,
heard of
but
it.
there aren't
Sounds
any
like
peas
it's
on there?
Fancy types.
Maybe peas is like the code word for various drugs.
Ever heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Wasn't he the guy who blew up those people a few years back?
Yes, I suppose he was.
That's all I know about him. Sorry.
Thanks for the chat. Have a good night.
See you around.
There's like a lighthouse over there. Is that an island, or is it just like a coastal lighthouse? I wonder if we can check. Because if it's an island, maybe that's why she's there. We'll have to like charter her boat to get over there.
The lighthouse on that island must guide the ships into the harbor.
Oh, she did say there's an island, so maybe we have to eventually go there.
Nothing.
Maybe I put it down in my journal. Okay, there we are. Jolly Good Club. Cedar Avenue between Gull and Hare Street. Yes, there's Gull. And there's Hare.
Nothing.
And where's Cedar Avenue? Guess that's probably up there. Okay, Cedar. So then this.
This fancy building must be the Jolly Good Club.
There we go. We're learning. Why you make me do these things, game? Just mark the places on the map already.
Solid oak for keeping people out.
Oh, there's a flickering light. Let's break in.
Lots going on back here.
Establishments like this run on the sweat of the oppressed. Workers see much and are themselves overlooked. Perhaps one of these people might be able to help us.
For the right price.
Hello, sir.
I'm sorry I can't talk. I'm busy preparing dinner.
Amigo, surely you can spare a moment.
Hey, compadre, I didn't see you there. Wait, I've seen your face before. General Marquez?
In the flesh.
General, it's an honor. What brings you to El Presidio?
Why are you
My
hiding in the back
companions and I are
alleys?
searching for someone. We tracked him to this club.
I see. I would love to help you, but I don't know any of the members by name.
How long have you worked here?
Nearly 10 years.
10 years? After such long, loyal service, I hope they compensate you well.
Why would they do that? Well, my pay is the same as the day I first set foot here.
Ah, my friend, please tell me a major Vespuccian city such as this one has a labor union to advocate for its workers.
Oh, I'm sure there must be one.
Hey, thank you.
Doesn't do anything for me, though.
Outrageous. This must change. We will find this union, and we will get you a membership.
We will?
Damn right we will.
General, what can I say? Your kindness knows no limits.
We must stand together, compadre.
So, where is this union?
Our friend must continue his work, Harley. We can return when we get him what we promised.
I'm being roped in the side quests by Phil.
Excuse me, ma'am?
What you want?
I was hoping to ask you some questions.
No English, sorry.
Danny, think you might help me out here?
你好，律师。
Oh, hello, young man. I didn't realize you were friends with this woman. Did you want something?
Do you work at this club?
I wash all the bedding and linens. Why do you ask?
We're trying to get inside.
Good luck. This club is for rich white men only.
We don't want to join. We just need a quick look around.
Ah, well, now that's different. I suppose I could help you with that. Sneak you in through the employee door. But first, I will ask you a small favor.
What do you have in mind?
I have a contract with some people, and I'd like to get out of it.
What sort of people?
You don't live here, do you?
I used to when I was younger.
Then you know exactly what kind of people I mean.
Right. I'm not sure what we can do, but we could try. Who's your contract with?
The Society of Open Arms.
The
What's your
labor
name?
union.
Mei Hui.
Okay. I'll see what we can do.
Thank you, young man. Good luck.
Well?
She can help us, but we need to do her a favor first. We need to get to Chinatown, Enebro Square Road between Finch and Gull. I'll explain everything on the way.
I wonder if this fella would be...
Excuse me, sir, are you all...
Oh, God, that smell.
Sorry. I mean...
Whatever the devil it is, I've got it bad. Save yourself and steer clear.
Can we help you in any way?
Just leave me be.
But I'm thinking that if we had Nadine here, then maybe she would be helping that person to do a favor to get in. Since it seems like one person's for Danny, one person's for Phil. Unless it's scripted that Nadine is shot. But it seems like this game does have multiple avenues you can suggest plans. I'm looking forward to replaying this one. Oh no, that would make it so much worse. Okay, where did they say it was? Wasn't even paying attention to the directions. Ooh, the park. Let's go to the park. If that's there, there must be something important. Oh, of course we came at sundown when it's closed.
At night.
Let's break into the park.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Why are you standing around the park at night?
I'm waiting for someone.
Can you tell me about El Presidio? I'm new in town.
You don't say. The city has plenty to offer. It depends on what you're seeking.
Do you know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Only that I could work 1,000 years and still not have enough money to be a member.
Would you happen to be familiar with Dr. Bennett Clark?
The mad inventor who blew up the Lamplight City Expo with his illegal doomsday weapon a few years back?
Okay, so it was explicitly a
Never
doomsday
heard of him.
weapon. Or maybe that's how he just sees it. Okay, the park seems to be a dead end. Alright, let's ask for the directions again.
Good evening.
Hello.
Oh, wait, we can ask about the labor
Happen to know
union.
anything about a labor union in El Presidio?
Nope. I'm an independent contractor.
Damn it.
Remind me what...
The wharf in Chinatown on Annabro Square Road between Finch and Gull.
Okay, between
Thanks for
Finch
the-
and Gull. We just gotta find Annabro. Wasn't Annabro, like, no. Over in here? Nope. So it must be up over in here.
Nothing. Looks like I found Chinatown.
There we go. Maybe they know about the labor union as well.
He seems to have a very complicated order. Excuse me?
Wait your turn! Can't you see I'm helping someone already?
Geez, sorry.
I guess we can't cut.
I'm guessing this is where all the medicines and herbs are stored. Nadine would know about all this stuff. I sure hope she's holding up okay.
Maybe they can give us directions to the hospital and we can visit her.
Yeah, what is it?
Jimmy?
Danny? What are you doing back here?
You two know each other?
It's been a long time.
You're telling
Convenient.
me.
Can we come in? We need to speak to whoever's in charge.
You can, sure. Your friends are a different story.
I take full responsibility for them. They're trustworthy.
All right. I'll take your word. Come on in. We've got a lot of catching up to do.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
How's it feel to be back here?
Hard to say. I'm glad to be back, but I'm also reminded why I left. Kind of an odd feeling.
Pardon me, could we have a word?
Sure. Give us a minute, Danny.
What exactly is this place?
It's the Society of Open Arms, a social club, a place for our community to gather. We take care of our own here.
And what's your job here? Jimmy, was it?
Yeah, that's right. I do lots of things. Mostly I make sure everybody feels safe. Anything my boss asks me to do, I take care of.
Your boss, huh? Who might that be?
Nobody you need to be concerned about. You got any questions or business affairs, you talk to me.
So how are you?
Oh, maybe he can tell us about the labor
We grew
union.
up together.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were like brothers. Used to play on this very street. Then he ran off with Petey and some other guys. Thought I'd never see him again. It's good to know Danny got away from that crowd. I never much liked them.
Are you aware of a labor union somewhere in town?
That's not a question you want to be asking around here. Understand?
Sure. Forget I said anything.
Take that, man. No one's gonna tell me where the
Alright,
labor
Diddy
union is.
told me about Petey.
Doesn't surprise me. He idolized that kid.
I wonder if we'd have to
Did he
ask
say
at
if
the
anything
wharf.
happened to him?
Yeah, he was killed in a botched robbery.
Figures. That explains why Danny's not latched onto him anymore. Anyway, this is all ancient history.
I'm new in town. What's to know about El Presidio?
Ask Danny. He'll tell you all you need to know.
I want to talk about your contract with Mei Hui.
The laundress who works at that fancy club?
The very same. She wants out.
So she sent Danny and his friends to negotiate? That's strange. You make a deal with her or something?
We're trying to get inside the Jolly Good Club. She told us she could sneak us in if we got her out of her contract.
I see. Well, miracles do happen. If you intend to negotiate the terms of her contract on her behalf, I need you to understand exactly what you're agreeing to.
Go on.
That would
Under
help.
Meihui's current deal, she donates 10% of her earnings to the club. In exchange, she gets certain benefits. She's already requested to be released from her contract. Okay, we said. We're reasonable people. All we asked was that she make a simple delivery for us first. She refused. Now you're making the same request. Okay, but precious time has been wasted here. The price has gone up. Now it's 2 jobs.
Oh, no, it's
what
2
kinds
jobs.
Of jobs exactly?
Both still simple. The delivery is one. But first, I need you to run another errand. I have this valuable timepiece, unfortunately damaged and in need of repair. Take care of that, then we can discuss the delivery.
Where am I supposed to get this watch repaired?
There's a pawn shop at the wharf.
Oh,
Lady
there
who
we
runs it
go.
Fixes things too.
What happened to this watch?
A little disagreement. Someone got upset and threw it against the door over there. It smashed open.
They did mention the
I
repair
collected
kits
all
at
the pieces I
the
could.
pawn
Okay,
shop.
thanks for answering my questions.
My pleasure.
There's a hole between the floorboards. It seems to be full of mouse poop. Yuck. I can't reach between the floorboards with my fingers. Damn. Can't reach in there with my fingers.
Let's use my lockpicks.
Carefully now. Got it. I'll put it with the other loose gears.
I'm guessing that
Oh,
was
good. I'll need...
a missed object. Use the wolf statue.
No good.
Fish it out. We could use that coin. Oh, I thought that was right in, but that looks like it's just a smudge. Okay, the wharf might give us a lead on the labor union as well. So that seems like a good place to also ask. Maybe the fruits. Maybe that was the fruit salesman thing. That's our inn.
Hello again.
Good evening to you, miss.
I'm trying to locate a labor union in town.
Maybe he runs the
Do
labor
you know anything
union.
about it?
Depends who's asking.
Harley Leger is asking.
Well, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I can say nothing more.
Just someone curious to find the union.
Can't satisfy that curiosity then, I'm afraid.
Actually, never mind. I'll be off.
Oh, I need to know. I gotta give him a name.
I'm open.
Lady, maybe you know about the labor union.
Good evening.
Evening to you.
Know anything about a labor union here in El Presidio?
Nah, I'm in the Maritime Guild. Different crowd.
Thanks for the chat. Have a good night.
See you around.
You're gonna make me run around all the place just to be able to find out who's the leader of the labor union.
What do you need?
Do you know anything about a labor union in town?
I think there is one, but I don't pay them any mind.
No.
I'm my own boss, and I don't have any employees, so it doesn't matter to me.
I was wondering if you could have a look at this watch. It needs repair.
Where did you get this?
Does it matter?
Yes. I've seen this watch before.
Turns out it's
Someone
probably
from the
Lola's
town gave it
watch.
to you, didn't they?
The what?
That place in Chinatown, the Open Arms Society, or whatever they call themselves. I already told them I wasn't interested in their business. They can send as many proxies as they like. It's not gonna change my mind.
So you won't fix this watch?
Nope.
So what am I supposed to do?
My advice would be to stop dealing with those people. But if you're hell-bent, I could sell you a repair kit and you can do it yourself.
All right, how much for the repair kit?
You're gonna do it, huh? 4 crowns. Your funeral.
Sold.
Here you are. Pleasure doing business. And I'm in no way responsible for whatever happens next. Just to be clear.
Appreciate the help.
Sure.
Let's see if we can do this. Hopefully it's not like a mini game. Oh shit, it's a mini game. No. Why must it be a mini game? I'm terrible at mini games. So it has to be those. That wasn't what I wanted to do.
Think this is the main gear controlling the mechanism. A medium gold gear. Think this is a large bronze gear. A small...
I'm inclined to say that it's probably these ones. Yeah, we're definitely going to lose many gears. I have many questions.
A medium... This gear won't fit there. A small...
There we go.
This doesn't look too tough. Just have to place the right gears in the right spots.
Alright, now I see what I was doing wrong.
This gear won't...
See many problems with this.
This gear... This gear... This gear...
Well, that didn't work so well. Alright, let's try that again. Let's see if we can
This
get...
gear...
Alright, we got 2 moving it. That looks like that connects. Okay, so I'll probably have to switch these. That looks a little bit better.
Ha! It works.
We've done it.
Running like new.
We're now a master repair person. Yeah, I didn't realize we could actually remove the cover. When I thought that the 2 were revealed, I thought the entire thing was already removed. But I guess not. I Where's the labor union? See, I have many questions, but I'm probably going to just have to continue working with these folks. Bill's going to be disappointed in me. And hello, Ellen. Hopefully your day's going good.
I got your watch fixed.
That is a lot of emojis.
Good job. Wait here a minute.
Feeling back at home yet?
More than I'd like to, frankly.
Yeah, please avoid emoji spam.
Here you are. Deliver this to the building at Gull Street between Harbor and Iglesia. Do not open this box under any circumstances. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Come back here once you've finished. And remember,
yeah, please
time
stop
is of
that.
the essence. Don't dawdle.
Alright. Please do not spam.
Harley, I do not wish to alarm you, but I am rather certain that the box you are carrying contains a bomb.
What gives you that idea?
The watch, the secrecy, the caution not to open it.
Danny, is Phil onto something?
I think he might be.
So what do we do?
Well, I could attempt to disarm the bomb.
All right, but be careful.
I always am.
Please don't have a disarming game.
There. Facile. Now we will not have innocent blood on our hands.
Kind of reminds me of Cabernet, where you have the same kind of thing with the bomb. Only you don't have to disarm that one either.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
I thought this was the street. Maybe it's down over in this area.
Nothing.
Oh, it might be like over
Well now,
here.
what have we here?
There we go. Wrong side of it. Oh, they're blowing up the Union.
A slew of advertisements plastered on the wall.
I just wanted to work and find the Union.
Yes?
Special delivery. I've brought you a package.
Who sent it?
No return address. We're just the messengers.
Odd. Leave it on top of the crate to your left.
That's that, I guess.
That was a lot easier than I was expecting.
Won't hear me complaining.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're going to follow up when the bomb, doesn't explode. Oh, yeah, there's just kind of like small things that can remind you of other, various memories. Especially with hearing names.
Pardon me, could we have a word?
Sure. Give us a minute, Danny.
We delivered the package.
Excellent. Maybe now those smug Union bastards will learn their lesson. Here, take this to Mehui. It's a letter releasing her from her contract with us.
Well, now I can see why she refused to deliver a bomb.
Thanks for answering my questions.
My pleasure.
Although now I really do want to find out if that archaeologist lady managed to get into the club. And to see if she's doing the exhibit on cowboy dinosaurs. With all the fake stuff that we tagged for her. Well, looks like the labor union path is closed off
Here
to
you
us.
are, ma'am.
You're no longer in debt to the Society of Open Arms.
Oh, is it true? Thank you so much. I had a feeling I could count on you.
So, about getting inside?
Yes, of course. I can sneak you in on my laundry cart. But it's not big enough to fit all three of you.
I think my friend Harley will be the one going in then.
Yeah. Fine. I take her through the door that leads to the club library. I think there's a presentation tonight, so most of the men will be distracted. Your friend should be able to sneak around undisturbed. But make
that's
sure she
convenient.
doesn't get caught. And if she does, you never met me.
Understood. Thanks for your help, ma'am. Okay, Harley, you're going in. Just climb inside the laundry cart.
This had better be worth it.
I feel like we need like a close-up on the chef. A lone tear streaking down his cheek.
Now to find Clark. The letter said he'd be staying in this L person's suite. So who and where is that?
Let's just keep going into suites until we find them.
Volumes and volumes of books. Nothing particularly noteworthy, though. Display cases with different exhibits. Haven't got time or inclination to study them.
It's going to be like pictures of all the different
I imagine most of the folks in here are great admirers of Mr. Atwood. After all, he always did make a point of standing up for the great big rich guy.
Oh, maybe that book gave us names.
Edgar Whitmire, founder of the Jolly Good Club.
Oh, who could be the L person? Looks like it narrows it down to 4 people. I'm guessing Professor might be the closest one. Oh, because wasn't the letter...
February Clark, I have a business proposal. You may stay in my suite at the Jolly Good Club. My Orem Star membership and you will be furnished.
It's signed.
P.S. You needn't have any concern for your valuables.
Didn't give a name, though. Huh. But I guess it could just be those 4, so we're gonna go with that. But I'm thinking Professor's probably the most likely one. Oh, she is giving the presentation.
As you see, gentlemen, my analysis was correct. The region is absolutely ideal for the formation and preservation of fossils. Though I have so far recovered only a small part of what I believe still lies out there.
Where's the cowboy hat and the chewing tobacco?
Construct the dinosaur skeleton you see before you. Quite a fearsome beast, isn't he? This ancient lizard, which I have christened the Eremosaurus, probably roamed the lands near the San Bernardo Valley over 72 million years ago.
This is fascinating, but I'd better get a move on.
I am disappointed that they didn't have the cowboy hat.
Bat. Ham.
Oh, that probably ties up with the
Archie.
nicknames.
This man's got a vacant expression. Wonder what he was thinking about. I've never understood men who grow beards without mustaches. Orem Star members. Where have I heard that
Okay,
before?
so it has to be one of these 5 folks.
He's wearing a medal shaped like a leaf. Why is that man pointing at a skull? Does he think it makes him look mysterious? This man's got... What a sourpuss. I don't think I'd like to get on his bad side. I've never understood men who grow beards without mustaches. He looks bored, but I would be too if I had to stand perfectly still for that long.
It doesn't necessarily have anything as to who they are.
Warm air is coming from the grate. They must have that indoor steam heating I've read about. Barnabas Jordan, 1801 to 1845.
I wonder if that leisure happens to have something.
Warm air is coming from the grate. Sigh. We've only been in El Presidio one day, and I already miss the country. Finny.
So we'll have to look for the nicknames, I guess. See whether or not we can match that up. Wonder if it does have anything to denote whether or not they've got Aurum Star membership.
It's a list of club members.
Okay, Ham, I remember hearing on there. So Lem, Len, Lou, and Larry are the ones that match up with L's. Because it doesn't... seems like it's all alphabetical that they have that kind of stuff. Except for this one, Winston Stoney. Is there anything else in here that could give? That's right, it didn't necessarily show anything about membership. So, we'll just have to try, see if we can find an L and go from there.
Bat. Ham. Archie. Kit.
Hopefully one of these 8 have an L.
Chan. Lige.
Let's see.
Willie. Ned. Finny.
Okay, so that Lige one is the only one.
Locked, of course. But these are the simplest door locks I've ever seen.
Oh, convenient. Good thing we've got a lockpick kit.
Nothing to it. That wasn't the right room.
Oh no! Ah, shit.
Finny. There's lots of doors. Do I really want to pick them all?
Yes.
There must be a way to figure out the right room.
I am missing something. So there's only 10 doors.
Fancy ring. Probably worth a few hundred crowns.
There's something on there that has something that will give away as to who they are.
He's wearing a medal shaped like a leaf.
Is there anything about the painting?
Aurum Star.
Maybe I have to read it?
It's signed.
P.S.
No, that didn't work.
Mrs. Edgar Whitmire. I bet she's never set foot in this place either. General Lancaster Bevins, 1770 to 1832.
Oh, now the fun part, trying to examine everything in the hopes of getting such.
There's a plaque above all those portraits that says In Memoriam. Seems these are former club members. I wonder how long it would take to read every one of these books, and if any of them are worth it. Display cases with... This club's membership has felled many an antlered beast.
Is there anything that would let us figure out?
Nothing particularly noteworthy, though. A stuffed bird. The plaque says it's called a dodo. How odd. There's various exhibits in these cases. Mostly old coins and trinkets brought back from who knows where.
Because I wonder if one of these pictures gives something
showing
else.
A bunch of men outside the club. The plaque says opening day.
Because there does show quite a few of these.
Nondescript landscape, not very well executed. A painting of a cafe. Various stereotypes of rich people enjoying themselves. Suppose they need to prove how happy they are. Various
Okay, so nothing there.
It's a list of...
Definitely curious. I'm missing something. Unless it's by last name. But Abe was, I think Abe was on the door. There's no Bat was on there, but that's one. Ham wasn't. Ham was there, but none of them match up with an L. There was a Finney and a C. Oh, which one is Finney? Yeah, Archie or Artie, whichever one was up there, wouldn't be right either. Oh, there's Finney. Finney wouldn't be right either. C wouldn't be. I guess we could... Okay, we'll need to check the rest of them. I see what it is. See which ones match up if they have either first or last. Well, we've already confirmed that the first names don't.
Ham. Archie.
Archie didn't.
Kit.
Okay, so Kit is one that I don't think I checked.
Chan. Lige.
Okay, Kit Chan.
Willie.
Kit Chan, Willie. And Ned. And we'll see if any of those have a last name of L. Because we've ruled out first names. So it has to be a last name. Okay, Kit and Chan. Chan's out. Wait, where's Kit? Oh, there's Lige, where... as Elijah. There it is, Christopher Kit Jones. That doesn't match up. So Ned... There it is, Edwin Watton, William Laporte. That could be our winner. At least that's the only one that seems like it could be. if it is an L. Unless he was using L as a code name.
Chan. Lied.
I want to say it was on the left side.
Willie.
There it is.
There's lots of doors.
Yes, pick them all.
I think this is the room I'm looking for. Yes, there's the safe.
Oh no. I don't think I can pick a safe. Ah, shit.
A few suits. A fine place to store clothes.
But not Dr. Clark's hidden treasure.
Nothing hidden in the sheets. I found a crumpled note. Better take it.
Crumpled note sounds very
General
helpful.
Report. As per your request, we have provided your suite with a safe. The combination is 12 right, 9 left, 5 right.
How
Please share
very
this information
convenient.
only
Hey,
with
thank you for the
those
sub.
you trust. Management.
It said 1295.
General.
Yeah, 1295.
Nothing. This desk hasn't been used in a while. Hot damn.
There we go.
All right, let's see what we've
We've
got
even got
here.
our trademark hot
Some
damn.
kind of wooden card? Better hang on to it. And another journal, but not Clark's. Uh-oh, sounds like the presentation's wrapping up. I'd better make myself scarce.
Quick, just crash through the window. Escape in a dramatical
And who
fashion.
might you be?
Me? Why, I'm Harley Leger. What's your name?
My, I don't think I've ever met such a friendly burglar.
Burglar? What are you talking about?
This is a members-only club, and you clearly aren't a member. Therefore, I can only assume that you must have broken in. Your intent was to steal something, I suppose?
I just came in here looking for someone.
Oh, looking for whom?
Well, it's not you, so really, why should it matter?
You're quite clever. Very well, you can go. Let it not be said that General Laporte can't be merciful.
Oh, no.
If I ever see you in here again, I won't be so lenient. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let's hope he doesn't realize that I was burgling him.
Well, did you find him?
I think so, but let's get out of here. Now, let's see what's in this diary I found.
No, more lore. Okay, let's try and skim. Because if it's anything like the other diary, it's going to be too much to try and read out loud. I guess this definitely does confirm that it must be like a military application of his ethericity research. Wait, I did see. Etheric project of her own, not subject to the whims of politics or commerce. Mentioned in Fort Beaumont. And was stirring up trouble so that he could send stuff there. And definitely explains Stokes. There we go, Dr. Clark accepted. All arranged on an island. Meaning we probably are going to have to charter that boat.
Clark's not at the club anymore, but I found out who invited him to El Presidio. An army general named Laporte.
Hey, welcome,
He's
puppy.
got Clark on Gannett Island working on some secret operation called Project Rosewater.
Project Rosewater?
No idea what it is, but it's the whole reason Laporte brought Clark here.
Wait a minute. Remember those crates on the army supply wagon? The ones marked Rosewater? They weren't going to the town of Rosewater. I bet they were coming here for Project Rosewater.
Of course. Fort Beaumont was just a waypoint. It sure seemed like a lot of stuff for one little outpost in the middle of nowhere.
So, the night deliveries, the Orem bars.
Something
welcome.
big is going on here.
It's going pretty
We
good.
need to have a talk with Shaw.
We're just trying to reach the end of Rosewater. Looks like we're getting pretty close there.
Miss Leger, have you any news?
Clark's been moved to Gannett Island.
Gannett Island? There's nothing there, just a crumbling fort and lighthouse.
Hey, a crumbling
Have you
fort
heard
makes
of
for a
an army
great
general
place.
named Laporte? Or something
Yeah,
called
secret
Project
experiments.
Rosewater?
Neither. Go on.
Why exactly do you want Dr. Clark?
It's rather a delicate matter.
Yeah? This quest has run us afoul of some very dangerous people. If you expect us to get Clark for you, I want to know why you want him so badly.
Very well. Imagine airships, engines, furnaces, powered not by petroleum and coal, but by ethericity, an infinitely renewable energy source that comes from the sky itself, clean, efficient, and economical.
But you run an oil company.
I run an energy company, Miss Leger. Energy takes many
Good input.
forms. With Dr. Clark in my employ, we can lay the groundwork now for a pivot from oil
And
to
make a killing.
electricity. Once the benefits become apparent, the market will clamour for clean, safe, etheric energy. And only one company will be equipped to meet that demand on day one.
Very shrewd.
What about the ban?
Bans are imposed by governments, and governments change, Miss Leger. Not everyone supports Leroy's technophobic policies. The Labourites are barely hanging on. It's not just Atwood's trade party that would like to see etheric advancement back on the table. Royalists, justice, pioneers, even the Christian Union would all get on board. In these fractious times, ethericity has the potential to be a great uniter. Change is just over the horizon. But enough politics. You know where Clark is. Go get him. Best of luck.
He's like, shoo. You've heard my villain speech. Hey, hired Cora. Thank you for the sub. Alright, I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to commission the boat. Unless we can swim. I wonder if they have the swimming minigame implemented.
Hello again.
Will you tell me about the Union now?
How can I get to that island over there?
You could try asking Rebecca. She's the one standing over there, by the boat.
Thanks for the tip. I'll be off.
If you need fruit, you know where to find me. I'm open all night.
Yeah, this fella just creepily wanting to sell fruit throughout the night.
Fancy, but it
He's
looks seaworthy.
definitely doing something like selling drugs
Good
or something.
Evening to you.
How much to go to Gannett Island?
Oh, hell. There's no amount of money could get me to set foot on that island.
Why not?
It's cursed. Haunted by demonic spirits.
Come on, really?
I've seen them with my own eyes. Horrid specters floating around the place, ready to kill anyone who gets too close. When they're out dancing in the sky at night, you can feel their evil influence in the air, too. Hot shivers going down the back of your neck. If you know what's good for you, you'll get any idea going out there out of your head.
Look, we really need to get to that island.
Good luck to you, then. Nobody in their right mind will take you there.
You said no amount of money could get you to set foot on the island. What if you just dropped us off?
You're dead set on going, aren't you?
I thought I'd made that clear.
All right. If you have such disregard for your life, there's nothing I can do about it. But I won't take you there for any less than 60 crowns.
Oh, we got 60 crowns.
You drive a hard bargain, but we're not giving up. Here's the money.
But now I'm poor.
All right. The minute I drop you off, I'm gone.
How are we supposed to get back?
I'll come back for you. At dawn. If the ghosts haven't killed you before then, that is.
We'll take our chances. Let's go.
Ghost hunting minigame.
Owing to the island's reputation as the accursed haunt of assorted malignant spooks and spirits, it has cost us a comely copper to induce one of the credulous locals to transport us here. I do have to admit that this place presents a rather eerie aspect. It's easy enough to imagine ghosts drifting along the ramparts of the ruined fort, or floating among the after images of the lighthouse beam. But there's only one ghost I'm interested in finding here.
Remember, I'll be back at sunrise. Then I'm heading home whether you're on my boat or not.
Uy, que mareo. I am glad to be back on solid ground.
Look, there's smoke coming from the chimney of that cabin.
I guess this island isn't all that abandoned. Stay alert.
I mean, with the lighthouse in use, it obviously can't be fully abandoned.
Hello? Anyone home? No one here. We can do some prowling.
Yes, I love prowling.
If this is lit, it means someone's been here recently.
More importantly, we can steal it.
It's got a dragon on it, but no indication of what tea is inside. This one's not labeled. Hey, there's something rattling around in here.
Oh, I was
Small
expecting...
silver key. I'll just hang on to it.
Oh, I wonder if they all have stuff in them.
Feels mostly full. Feels nearly full. Running pretty low.
I mean, I was expecting this guy's thing to just be like his
Nearly
specialty.
empty. It's getting late. I hope we can make that dawn rendezvous. All things considered, I could be looking a lot worse. Locked, because of course it is.
But of course, I've got lock picks.
Damn, this lock is way more complex than it looks. I won't be able to
Oh,
pick
come on. Don't give me that. I got them lock picks for a good
Here
reason.
we are. It's empty, except for a couple of bullets. I'll take those. A spare lantern.
Come on, I can steal the spare lantern at least.
It's keeping this place nice and warm.
Ah, they're not letting me do any real prowling.
How rustic. Feel like I could lie down and sleep for weeks. Maybe I will when we're through. Whoever's staying in here must believe the stories about the island being haunted.
Oh, I wonder if they have it under the same reason that the sheriff had torched you with his story.
Shh. Not another step. There's a guard. Stay quiet. Looks like we found the island's inhabitant. What exactly is he guarding? A strange wooden card lined with metal. It's got some holes on one side. The
The guard keeps drinking from this cup.
Oh, we probably have to slip something into his drink. See, I feel like we could just take the chair and just beat him on the head. I guess we can do the non-violent route.
Feels nearly full. Bai Ji Guan. Some kind of Chinese tea, I guess. Oolong. I think I've had this stuff before. Feels It's got a dragon.
Oh, maybe we can't take the tea.
It's empty. This one's nearly empty.
Oh, you made me come down here just to try and make tea and wasn't able to do so. Unless I can take this cup on the table. Which I probably can't. It's usually just, yeah. I can't take the pitcher either. I can't take the chair either, otherwise I would definitely beam the guard on the head.
Bet this fort was impressive in its day. It's a crumbling ruin now. Someone must keep this lighthouse running.
Okay, can't enter the water, so no swimming minigame.
Odd device. Looks like it's meant to be spoken into. Not putting that in his drink. Pretty common-looking leather pouch. Not putting that.
Just put the entire pouch in his drink.
Not putting that. I don't want to risk drawing his. Not now. Not now.
Okay, maybe we need to devise a plan with them outside. Because I don't think I can actually interact with much there.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
Pretty spooky place, this island.
I'll say. I can see why people think it's haunted.
You don't believe in ghosts, do you?
I don't know, but we should be careful. Make sure you don't whistle or anything, okay?
What? Why not?
Just trust me.
Ghosts can hear whistling.
Any ideas for
But
getting us
nothing
past
else.
that guard?
Actually, yes. He doesn't look too tough. I could probably scare him off with a little gunplay. Only trouble is, I'm out of bullets.
Oh,
Actually, I've already
there's
got
some bullets.
Great. Shall we go ahead with the plan?
I don't know. Let's see if I can think of something else.
Okay, let me know if you change your mind.
What's Phil's plan?
Hey, Phil? This is one spooky island.
Do not be afraid. We have dealt with far worse than some fog. Unlike that boat woman, I do not believe in ghosts. Nor do you, I suspect.
Got any ideas for getting rid of that guard?
Yes, it is perhaps a gamble, but I think I might have a plan. This island is rumored to be haunted, no? The atmosphere is certainly eerie enough. I believe that with a little pageantry, we might convince the guard the rumors are true. I will need a couple of props.
Such as?
Some kind of light source and something I can cover myself with.
Let's do this. Although I'll probably go with Danny's plan. But I like the idea of being able to pick up more stuff. Like this lantern.
If this is lit, it means someone's been.
But where?
After all, you always need a lantern in these kind of games.
I'm not sticking this lantern in a hot stove. Hey, Phil, could you use this for your plan?
No, that blanket is too thick. Something lighter would be better.
There. Now I've got my own lit lantern.
What can we steal? Is there something we can steal? I feel like Danny's plan is much simpler and easier. We're gonna go with that.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Shoot to kill.
Okay, let's stick to your plan and scare the guard off.
Okay.
Unless this is something where it's like, we shoot, and then he just shoots Danny, and then Harley, and Phil. Oh, it was on the table to go over to that side?
Huh? I don't get paid enough for this.
Oh, that was easy. A good thing he didn't miss.
Nice job, Danny. Now to get those doors open. Somehow.
Can I take his hat? Oh no, I can't take his hat.
Odd device. Looks like it's meant to be spoken into. I have a feeling pulling that lever will make something important happen.
Alright, let's make something important happen.
Nothing happened.
Damn it, Harley!
Quite an elaborate contraption.
I wonder if this card's needed for something. Oh, yeah, there's a slot right there.
It fits.
Let's make something important happen. Hot damn.
Santa Maria!
Wow. That's something.
You're telling me.
I was expecting a trademark hot damn from Harley.
Better take this card back. Don't want to be stuck down there. Alright, folks. I think this is it. Wherever this takes us, I have a feeling Dr. Clark will be there.
The real question is, will we be able to return here once we've found him?
I sure hope so.
Maybe one of us should stay up here, just in case.
There's no telling what we'll find down there. We should all stick together.
Okay, let's go then.
This is like the second point of no return.
What in the ether is this place?
It's a secret lab.
Caramba! Oh, we had better not be trapped down here.
Damn, I knew one of us should have stayed up there.
So now we're looking for two things. Clark and the exit.
What? We weren't expecting, who are you?
I could easily ask you the same thing.
I'm one of Dr. Clark's lab assistants.
I see. Could you take us to him?
Hang on. You still haven't said why you're here.
We've come on General Laporte's orders.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Right, come with me.
I feel like if we're going to lie, we might as well go big.
Goodness, this place is really something.
I'm glad you think so.
What's that big glowing thing down there?
That's our etheric generator. Powers most everything down here. You get used to the noise. Follow me, please. I'll just be a moment.
Do you think he suspects anything?
I think we're okay so far. Just follow my lead.
I suppose General Laporte's curiosity was too much for him to bear. I told him he could come for a demonstration next week. Instead, he sends 3 proxies. I will never understand that man's rationale. But you're here now, so you may as well see what we've got. I'm Dr. Bennett Clark, by the way. And you are?
I'm Miss Legere. This is Mr. Marquez and Mr. Luo. We are General Laporte's press corps, here to learn about your research.
The General wants to inform the press now? Already? After everything we've gone through to keep it quiet. I swear the man changes his mind more often than most change their breeches.
Yeah, you gotta get a PR campaign
Let's
going.
go have a look at Project Rosewater.
The PR in
I'm
this case
afraid
stands
the
for
testing
Project
chamber
Rosewater.
only accommodates 4. One of you will have to stay out here with Joshua, but you may observe the test through the window. As I said, we weren't expecting anyone until next week. The prototype still needs refinement. Nevertheless, we have made a breakthrough.
Prototype of what, exactly?
You mean the General didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised? There, on the tripod, the etheric pistol. The whole purpose and object of Project Rosewater.
Oh, it was a weapon.
Juliet, is the prototype ready for demonstration?
I believe so, Doctor. But who are we demonstrating it for?
Miss Leger and her companions. The team sent by General Laporte. Now, please, do us the honors.
Yes, Doctor.
Makes things disappear.
Whoa.
Permanently.
We have managed to confine the chaotic etheric discharge to a very narrow, focused beam over a distance of up to 6 meters, without significant dissipation or redirection of energy, reaching nearly 68.2% efficiency. This results in complete vaporization of most organic targets, with only minimal atmospheric disturbances in the immediate vicinity. You might be feeling warmth, or a slight tingling sensation on your skin, and a change of pressure in your ears, perfectly harmless. Oh, and if you are experiencing any alteration to your color vision, I assure you that is also completely temporary.
Híjole, can you smell that music?
There are sometimes minor synesthetic side effects. That too will pass. Of course, there is plenty of room for improvement in range, energy efficiency, fine-tuning of the beam's intensity and area of effect, user-friendliness and safety. But, as proof of concept, this irrefutably demonstrates that the principle is sound, and that it can be scaled up. The rest is iteration.
Well, thank you for that.
I mean, the side effects don't mean much when compared to
afraid you
complete
must excuse
vaporization.
me. I have some time-sensitive tasks I must attend to. If only I'd been forewarned of your arrival, I might have made arrangements. In any event, if you have questions, I or my assistants can answer them. Just be mindful not to touch anything.
I will touch all the things. They said her name was
Pardon me.
Juliet.
Sorry, can't talk right now. If you've got any questions, ask Dr. Clark.
Because Lamplight City actually did have someone named Juliet who was working on etheric research in the very first case, so I wonder if it's the
Dr.
same
Clark?
person.
Yes, what is it?
Just how long have you been down in this facility?
8 months. We've made extraordinary progress, as you can see. I admit, I had some misgivings when I first learned what would be required of us, but it turns out the isolation has done wonders for our productivity.
So who built this whole underground complex anyway? I'm guessing it wasn't always a secret ethericity lab.
I'm not entirely sure. Apart from the additional equipment I specified, everything was already prepared for us when I arrived in El Presidio. General Laporte isn't exactly forthcoming with information he considers irrelevant.
Do you know much about General Laporte?
Not a great deal, no. I only met him when he summoned me to El Presidio. We speak occasionally, but only about professional matters. Just as well, I suppose. His interests don't align particularly well with mine.
So your relationship is purely professional?
It's an acquaintanceship at best.
I thought they would have bonded over death rays.
Why did you agree to work on this project?
Why? I just experienced the worst disaster of my life. My work was first ridiculed and then outlawed, and I was exiled to a barren wasteland. The only prospect I could see was to leave the country and start everything over. But then I received General Laporte's offer. I could continue my work in safety and solitude. Everything I needed would be provided. No investors, no reporters, no loonies.
Wonder if he knows about the loonies that made a cult in his name.
My position would have jumped at the opportunity.
Who came up with Project Rosewater?
My understanding is that this work is for the benefit of the Vespuccian army. General Laporte is in charge of the project. Everything goes through him. Other than the facility guards, I've had contact with no one else.
Probably prefers it that way.
How much longer until Project Rosewater is finished?
We're nearing the end of this phase. If all goes well, we should have a stable, fully functioning prototype by the end of the year.
What exactly is the goal of this project?
Well, once the etheric pistol is complete, we'll begin experimenting with larger caliber weapons.
Etheric rifles?
Yes, and whatever else the General sees fit to pursue.
Where does it stop?
You'd have to ask him that question.
When will we build a big enough death ray?
How did this project get the name Rosewater?
My idea. Sentimental, really. I suppose I had gotten attached to my dry and dusty little desert lab. After all, Rosewater was my refuge when I lost everything else. I just made an offhand comment to that effect one day while discussing arrangements with the General. And he said, well, in that case, why don't you bring Rosewater with you? When I found out he made that the official title of the project, it made me smile, I'll admit.
Where's your fortune?
Just how did you come to discover the existence of ethericity?
No, that's a story.
Lay the deep lore on me.
I read about the ancient Greeks and their studies of the heavens. Certain texts made obscure references to observations of energy subsisting in the atmosphere. Something entirely different from electricity. The idea seized my imagination and sparked my passion for the pursuit of ethericity. I developed an instrument that I called the aetherometer in order to probe the atmospheric potential. Imagine my delight when I discovered that ethericity was in fact real. Unfortunately, the aetherometer has been appropriated by so-called spiritualists.
Maybe he does know about the cult.
They can use it to talk with the dead.
I'd like to know your perspective on the Lamplight City Expo incident.
That was a dark day. Everything I worked for came crashing down in a matter of seconds. Being maligned and ostracized was bad enough, but I can still hear the screams of those 15 poor souls. If anything good can be said to have come from that horrible event, it taught me that nothing in this life is guaranteed.
What inspired you to become a scientist?
Trite as it may sound, I wanted to make the world better. I had a fortunate birth. My parents were able to pay for my studies in Paris, which is where I earned my doctorate in physics. But even as a boy, I still saw plenty of terrible things going on around me. Others seemed not to see, but I did. Upon my return to Vespuccia, I began teaching and conducting independent research. My only explicit goal was to make some sort of discovery or development that would serve the advancement of mankind. I would like to believe I've achieved that.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
Looks like some demented puzzle box. So this is Project Rosewater.
Yeah, the
Pardon
other...
me.
Sorry, can't talk. If you've got any...
Because the other thing is, I remember that in the first case with Lamplight City, that her studies with ethericity was to have plants grow. And we've seen the connection
think I'm
with...
allowed in there. At least, not while there's someone watching.
Seen the connection with that in here as well.
Not while Clark's around.
So we're going to have to make them
It appears
disappear.
to be a charging device. There's a small round socket at the top.
That was really something.
Let's
So
question
Laporte's got
everyone
Clark developing
and take
etheric
everything.
weapons for the military. This throws a wrench in Shaw's plans.
Despicable. Typical military. working in secret to secure for itself awesome powers of death and destruction, without the knowledge or consent of the people. Perhaps Dr. Clark will be willing to abandon this project and turn his ambitions to something less wicked.
Perhaps, but I can't just ask him with his assistant right there. Maybe I can get her to leave the testing chamber so I can have a moment alone with Clark.
Let's question his other assistant first.
Hey, can we talk?
Sure. What's on your mind?
Have you been down here long?
Ooh, about 7 months, I think. Without any sunlight, you really lose all sense of time. Sometimes it feels like decades.
No sunlight? You mean you never go outside?
No, of course not. Is this some kind of test? The terms were made very clear when we signed onto this project. We don't break protocol. I do really miss the sun, though. Sometimes I feel like a mushroom down here.
How did you become interested in etheric research?
I was already a researcher when I met Dr. Clark, but my field was chemistry. I had dabbled some.
I do
with
want to try and
etheric
question
experiments
their
after
other
hearing about Clark's
assistant.
research. When I saw him at the Lamplight City Expo, I knew I wanted to work with him, despite what happened. After the dust settled, I approached him about taking me on as an assistant. I got the feeling he was just surprised to still have any support.
Don't you ever get bored here?
Sure, all the time. We've got books, but I've read them all. This is my 3rd time through this one. At least this phase of the project's near completion. Maybe we'll get some time up top before the next one.
Never would have dreamed there was a whole secret facility hidden under this rock in the middle of the bay. Who built it anyway?
The military, I guess. Had to be someone with very deep pockets. Everything was already in place before they moved us in.
What are your thoughts on Project Rosewater?
Honestly, I try not to think about it too much. We're doing important scientific research, I can't deny that. Just because our focus is on weapons doesn't mean our results can't be used for other applications.
How do you like working
After
with
all,
Dr.
once you
Clark?
vaporize people,
Had
that solves
its
so many
moments,
other
but I'd be
problems.
lying if I said it wasn't stressful. He gets wound up sometimes, which I understand. But other times he picks strange things to get cross
Oh,
about.
what strange
Like
things?
Well, his biggest bugbear is food in the testing chamber.
Now
I
it's-
made the mistake of taking my lunch in there once, and he just about had a conniption. Cleanliness is one thing, but this is a whole other
And
level.
we have a banana.
So Clark dislikes food in the testing chamber, does he?
Dislikes? More like detests.
Know anything about General Laporte?
I saw him once, right at the start of the project. Didn't talk to him. He seemed kind of intense. He's the one running this show, as far as I can tell. Beyond that, the man's a total mystery.
Okay, see you around.
Bye.
Steal some food. Although, if we have a banana, I'm pretty sure we don't need additional foodstuffs. But maybe we can be more obnoxious.
These tomatoes are thriving. Must be all the exposure to ethericity. Controls, gauges, and dials. Who knows what they're for?
What we need to do is just, like, randomly change the settings and see what happens.
An etheric generator. It's big and loud. There's a card slot next to the door. Seems to be locked.
Oh, does our card slot work?
It doesn't fit.
It would be way too convenient. Let's get up to some good old-fashioned
Box is
prowling.
full of odds and ends. Some sewing and personal grooming supplies. A set of encyclopedias. The only indication of time down here. Just some clothes and a couple of storage boxes.
What do the storage boxes hold? Snow.
Just some... The lab assistants share a room? Not sure if that's progressive or scandalous.
Okay, so that one is a dead end. The probably need to get hit. That's probably Dr. Clark's room, so...
Some kind of little oven for heating food, I think. This thing is in dire need of repairs.
Oh, can I fix it?
Not the best.
Alright, now we just gotta find a way to slip bananas through.
I can't charge that.
Just smuggle a banana. It was your assistant. Hey,
Get that out of here. No foodstuffs of any kind in the testing chamber.
Not while Clark's around. I can't charge that.
I don't understand why you're showing this to me.
It was a test. You passed, Dr. Clark. Wonder if I
The
can...
lab assistant's desk. She's written some notes, but I have no idea what they mean.
Okay, that's still Laporte's diary.
I can't charge. Not well. Hey, Phil? Would you look at this place? It's incredible.
When we entered Clark's lab in the desert, I considered it an abomination. But now, I cannot find the words to describe this accursed place. The sooner we find a way back to the surface, the better.
Think you might occupy Dr.
There we go.
Clark's
Distract
position for a
Clark.
few minutes?
Of course. I can be very engaging after all. Dr. Clark, may I have a moment?
Yes, what is it?
I wonder if I can now snoop through these places.
Pardon me. Sorry, if you've got any...
I'll definitely see if I just go right through the cabinet he's right by. Okay,
Hey, Phil? Think you might...
Of course.
Hey, welcome, Hunt
I
Hustle.
can be very engaging.
Hopefully you're having a
after all.
wonderful day. We're playing Rosewater, a semi-sequel to
May I
Lamplight
have a
City.
moment?
It's a Wild
Yes,
West point-and-click
what
adventure
is it?
game. Okay, maybe we can do this well.
Not well.
Okay, so...
The lab assistant... I don't think I'm allowed in there.
Oops.
There. Now to watch the fireworks.
There we go. Plant the banana while... Yeah, I enjoyed Lamplight City. It is a bit of a switch because Lamplight City was a detective point-and-click adventure game.
What? Miss Montgomery, what is the meaning of
Oh,
this?
it is the same
How
person
many
from
times have
Lamplight
I
City.
said, no food in the testing chamber.
But I
don't want excuses. Clear it out. Put away the power cell. Done with testing today.
Yes, Dr. Clark.
You're done here, Juliet. Yeah, her name was Juliet Montgomery in the first case in Lamplight City. You could accuse her. But she was not the criminal. Oh, you have a great night then, hon.
I apologize for that, Miss Leger, but I'm very particular about rules.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Alright, now we can probably question Juliet.
Can we talk?
I suppose so.
Just how long have you been working down here?
Good question. It's difficult keeping track of time. We're in September, right?
November, actually.
Oh, and it's been longer than I thought. We came down here in March.
Yeah, because she was studying etheric research during the first case. She was testing like the application of plant growth and so forth, and it was her stepmother that was the actual culprit. Her stuff was pretty much just like a red herring.
What sparked your interest in etheric research?
I followed Dr. Clark's career from the early days. He was one of the first to begin advancing etheric theory with practical experiments. Not only that, he was getting results. After I graduated from university, I sent him my thesis on the effects of ethericity on plants and animals. I guess that made me one of the few practical researchers out there, too. He wrote back immediately with an offer of employment.
How do you keep from getting bored?
The work is pretty all-consuming, and we don't have much of a social scene down here. Dr. Clark is kind enough to lend us his books to pass the quiet hours.
Do you know who built this place?
I suppose this is an old
Still, it is kind of
army
nice to
base,
see
but
some
Clark
sort of
outfitted
connection with the
some
first
really
game.
State-of-the-art equipment. We're lucky to be so well-resourced.
Even with the few things that you can see with that.
I was blown away by that demonstration. Figuratively speaking, of course.
Huh. We've been working on it non-stop, but there are a lot of kinks to work out before it'll be field-ready. For instance, we still can't get more than one shot out of each power cell. I suppose in an actual battlefield situation, you'd need to carry around a lot of cells and reload for every shot, like cannonballs. But the power cells are still very difficult to construct, so we only have a few prototypes. We have to recharge them constantly.
How long does it normally take to charge one of the power cells?
Around 6 hours.
Wow.
Wow is right. Joshua hooked one up to the etheric generator and discovered that it charged instantly. But Dr. Clark wasn't happy about it.
Why not?
He said it made the power cell unstable. But we didn't have to wait all day for the next trial, and Joshua was even able to get 2 shots out of that one. The overcharge effect is certainly something we should investigate later.
Between you and me, doesn't it concern you that ethericity is being weaponized?
Not at all. It's a powerful energy source, and this is one of many practical applications.
Sure, but isn't it better to use it for less destructive purposes?
We live in a dangerous world, and these are uncertain times. Other nations probably have their own etheric weaponry development programs underway. If we didn't pursue this research, we'd be falling behind. A new weapon is most useful as a deterrent. Having it in your back pocket means everyone else thinks twice before firing on you. I know Dr. Clark's had some moral reservations about the military applications of ethericity, but he's a professional through and through.
So, what's working with Dr. Clark like?
He's a brilliant man. I learn something new from him every day.
He seems short-tempered.
Well, yes, but that's just the genius mind, isn't it? No room left over for navigating social niceties.
Can you tell me anything about General Laporte?
Not really. I know he's the one overseeing this project, but I've never had the opportunity to speak with him.
I appreciate the chat.
So
it's nice to have someone new to talk to.
we need to get in there.
There's a card slot next to the door. Seems to be locked. This must be the door to Dr. Clark's quarters. There's no handle.
And unfortunately,
Bars of Aurum. Lots of them.
our card does not get us in there. Wonder, maybe there's more stuff over in here?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're not getting out of here that easy.
I have no idea what the code is. Odd device. Looks like it's meant to be spoken into.
It would probably be wise to avoid doing that right now.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
How do you suppose
see if they have any
managed to build
advice.
a place like this under an island?
Because we're gonna have to get Dr.
Whoever
Clark.
did it must
Maybe
be
we can
real
have Phil
serious
distract
about
him,
Dr. Clark's research.
slip in, and investigate further in that room.
Can't think of anything to ask.
Nope, I was trying to talk to Phil. Distract him, Phil.
Can't think of anything. I don't think I'm allowed in there.
Okay, then we're missing something else.
Dr. Clark?
Yes, what is it?
Dr. Clark, there's something
Oh,
I need
that's
to
right.
tell
We were
you.
supposed to
We're not
talk to him.
really from General Laporte's press corps.
What? Who are you then?
Some folks who were hired by D.W. Shaw to come find you.
The head of Vespuccia Petrol.
The very same.
What does she want with me?
She wants you to help her company pivot from oil to ethericity.
How does she intend to circumvent the ban?
She seems to think it'll be lifted soon. Or that she can influence things in that direction.
So she would have me work for VP to generate etheric energy for widespread use?
As an alternative power source, yes. It might even replace coal and oil someday.
Well, that's certainly more appealing than weaponry. But extreme arrangements have been made to develop this project in secret, and at considerable expense, I'm sure. It's not the sort of thing one can just walk away from.
Just take the gun, shoot, and then you can threaten anyone on your way out.
You'd prefer your research be used to find new ways to kill people?
No, but
Look, I understand. You suffered a terrible setback after the expo. I'm sure it must have been hard. You probably felt like nobody would ever take you seriously again.
You have no idea.
I do know that if I were in your shoes, I'd have probably grabbed onto any lifeline. But I can tell your heart's not really in it, especially knowing what it is you're building.
Yes, well...
So you're gonna squander this opportunity to do some real good in the world because you're afraid of a stuffy old general?
You're right, Miss Leger. This isn't about me. This is about humanity. I'll come with you. But... oh goodness. How shall we... We need to do this discreetly. My assistants can't know what's going on. I'm going to my quarters to settle some things. Excuse me.
Oh, there we go. Maybe we don't break into his quarters at all.
Damn. The revolution could use someone with your persuasive skills.
Too bad my Spanish is lousy. Locked, naturally.
Well, I guess we are going to have to get into his quarters. Maybe it's unlocked now.
So this... Let's hope nobody notices this is missing. An etheric pistol, also known as Project Rosewater. It's missing a charged power cell.
Okay, so we need something to open that to get a power cell. And then they mentioned overcharging it with the generator. Okay, yeah, his room is open now, so we don't have to worry about breaking in. Oh, he's got set up pretty nice.
Ah, hello. I'm just leaving a note for my assistants.
Explaining why you're giving them the slip?
I feel I owe it to them.
It just went out for milk. Be back soon.
Might I borrow your screwdriver, Dr. Clark?
By all means.
At least there's plenty of books down here.
Anything else I can pilfer, Dr. Clark?
Dr. Clark?
Yes, what is it?
Oh, good. We can ask about the
Did you know
cult.
that a group of ethericity worshippers flocked to your old lab and set up a commune there?
My lab in Rosewater?
Yup. We met them when we went there looking for clues as to your whereabouts. They picked everything clean. Built a kind of museum to you and your work.
I had no idea, but my work always attracted strange sorts. Curious gawkers would show up now and again, hoping to catch a glimpse of something spectacular, or the angry bereaved, threatening vengeance for the victims of the disaster. It's been quite a relief, not having to worry about all that down here.
That commune by your lab? They're from a religious movement calling themselves the Luminarians. Apparently, they believe that the ether is populated by these otherworldly presences called the Luminous Ones, and that you disappeared because you opened up a gateway to the other side of the veil where everything is bliss and peace.
I feel like we needed to wear the
and became
tinfoil
a
hat for
luminous one
this.
yourself. They call you Evocator Bennett, and they think that you were just leading the way for them all to follow somehow and cross over into new lives on the other side. They think that anyone who gets vaporized in an etheric blast also transcends into the ether, and their soul, which looks like a butterfly trapped inside their body, gets freed to fly into this other place while leaving behind the shadow of their mortal shell as a marker. They make what they call soul paintings of people that look like the shadows of the
This is
disaster
definitely like
victims,
too much
and paint
information.
butterfly motifs all over everything to indicate the purity and beauty of a person's true etheric form.
Wow.
That's exactly what
Something I've been wondering about.
Hmm?
When we first started looking for you, the idea was floated, let's say, that you had a stash somewhere of cash left over from investments in your research that had to be concealed once the work became illegal. Is there any truth to that notion?
You're asking me to tell you if I have a secret hidden fortune?
Yes.
Well, I don't expect you to tell me where or hand it over or anything. I'm just burning to know if there was really anything to the rumor at all, or if it was all just dust and fairy tales.
What do you think?
It's gotta be a load of bull. Pretty far-fetched. Still, I've gotta go there and ask the questions, right? That's the only way to get the full story.
Your does not give me an explicit answer.
So how do we make our escape without alerting your assistants?
First things first, we need to call the elevator so we have a way out. But we also need to find a way to disable the communications relay. Otherwise, the alarm will be raised and they'll catch us in no time.
So how can we call the elevator?
Good question. It requires a 4-digit code. To my knowledge, the only people who know it are General Laporte and the guard upstairs.
Too bad I didn't think to ask what it was before getting rid of him.
Without that code, we are stuck.
I'll figure something out. Could you explain this communications relay thing?
Of course. Next to the elevator, there's a device we can use to contact the person standing guard upstairs. It's mainly for
Might have actually been good to keep Danny up there.
If the guard doesn't respond after a time, the wires relay the signal to Laporte's office.
So we need to disable it to keep Laporte from suspecting anything.
Precisely.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
Oh, now they're also out. Okay, so we've got wires, we've got a screwdriver. That's enough to make things work. Let's MacGyver this.
It's the communications relay. We need to disable it before getting Clark out of here. I don't see any screws, and stabbing it won't help.
I don't know, stabbing it would still be therapeutic.
That won't do much.
Okay, so we need something for that. I wonder if we can pick the lock to get a charging cell.
Got it.
There we go,
I'm
beautiful.
sure they won't miss just one power cell. Or maybe they will. Either way, I've got one now.
Beautiful.
There's nowhere to plug the power cell in. I'll have to find a way to connect it to the generator.
Wonder. We can probably take that, because there was something to slot it in.
It appears to be a charging device.
There, it's charging. I think. Drat. I can't charge. There. I can't charge. This thing is taking forever. It's displaying all sorts of...
How do we hook it up into the generator then?
The lab is... Drat. Some kind of little oven for heating food, I think. This thing is in dire need of repairs.
We'll have to repurpose it. Oh, so much for the repair minigame.
An etheric generator. It's big and loud.
So how did they generate it? How did they charge it through the generator?
He's asleep. Best keep it that way.
I'm missing something.
Can we talk?
I suppose so.
Exactly how do you go about calling the elevator?
We don't. None of us have the code.
So you're trapped down here? What if there's an emergency?
That's what the communication relay is for. We contact the guard upstairs, and he can take care of whatever we need.
What was that about a faster way to charge the power cells?
Joshua figured out that hooking the power cell to the etheric generator charged it instantly, but Dr. Clark discouraged it because it makes the power cell unstable. It's nice.
Alright, so how do we get that? Okay, so we can't combine that. So maybe I'm missing something in his...
A toolbox. Naturally, Clark would be a tinkerer. Who are those busts of?
Galileo, Copernicus, Da Vinci. 3 great men who changed the world as we know it.
Hoping to add your likeness to the collection someday?
Well, I wouldn't be opposed, if I'd earned it, of course.
It's a ferrotype of Clark's old lab near Rosewater.
I guess he was attached to it.
Dr. Clark?
Yes, what is it?
Could you explain this communications relay thing?
Of course. Next to the elevator, there's a device we can use to contact the person standing guard upstairs. It's mainly for emergency use. If the guard doesn't respond after a time, the wires relay the signal to Laporte's office.
So we need to disable it to keep Laporte from suspecting anything.
Precisely.
I'll let you get...
Thank you.
Okay, so we need the code and we need to disable that.
Hey, any ideas to disable the communications relay?
Well, I never encountered a piece of machinery I could not blow up.
You can't blow up everything with dynamite, Phil.
Hey,
As much as I'd love to see
Yes,
him try.
Any idea how we can disable the communications relay?
Don't suppose there's an off switch?
None that I can see.
Maybe it's time to look for a sledgehammer.
We've already
I
tried
don't see
that.
any screws, and stabbing it won't help. It's the communication. There's no way to open it manually. Seems to be the only... Just like the one in the courtyard above. It should theoretically call the elevator. There's a metal panel covering part of this contraption.
Oh, there's something to use a screwdriver on.
There we go. Interesting. This metal plate has several contact points. Well, how about that? Guess that wasn't the...
Huh. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's 4 digits, they said. It's has to be different ones because I can't repeat. I'm guessing it has to cover all of them.
Guess that wasn't the right code.
Okay, so 2, 5, 6, and 8. Wait, no. 2, 5, 7, 8? No. 2, 3, 5, 8.
Guess that wasn't the right code. Damn. There must be a way. The configuration of the piston seems to be the key. Haven't I seen something like this recently?
No.
Guess that...
Okay. So that's the idea of how to get the code, but exactly how, I'm not sure.
It appears to be... I can't charge... I can't charge it.
There's gotta be a way to get that out there to charge it.
Looks like...
Is there anything further I can charge it with in here? I can't use this directly.
There's nowhere to plug the power cell in. I'll have to find a way to connect it to the generator.
So the question is...
This seems like a good place to attach
Oh,
the
it does let
wires.
me attach the wires. Okay. Can I use that then?
Here we go. Hope this works. Wow, it charged up almost instantly.
Must not have used the wires correctly there.
Locked and loaded. Better not. Don't want to raise any alarms.
I wanted answers about your secret fortune. You must confirm or deny it. Alright, so that gets the gun. Ooh, maybe I can shoot the communications relay. Blast it!
This is going to be loud. I should make sure the elevator's ready to take us back up first.
Alright, so now I just gotta figure out the code. Jeez.
Controls, gauges, and dials. Who knows what they're for? A strange wooden card lined with metal. It's got some holes on one side. lab assistant's desk.
Problem is, she probably mentioned some pistons with that, but I don't remember seeing anything of the sort. Unless there's something in here that I'm overlooking.
That is one messy desk. What is it they say about desks and mines? A toolbox. At least there's plenty.
I feel like I don't want to brute force things.
A ferrotype of a desert landscape. Looks like a more complex version of the console back in Clark's desert lab. Controls. These tomatoes. Interesting.
Question is the significance of it.
Well, how about that? Guess that wasn't. Still not getting it. I wish this contraption just had a keycard slot like the one on the surface. I wonder.
Oh, good. Maybe it'll give me a bigger hint.
I have no idea what the code is.
Because I'm definitely missing something.
That won't do much. Well, how...
Oh! Sounds like it depressed something. Five, 2.
There! That was it.
There we go. We just had the
Figured
order
out the
wrong.
code. The elevator's ready to be called.
Excelente. Let us make our escape.
Not just yet. I need to take care of the communications relay.
The what?
That contraption on the wall there. Clark said we need to disable it before we leave.
Beautiful. It took a while, but
Stand
we
back.
finally got there.
Taking this thing out.
Yeah, Danny, don't stand by the thing that can be vaporized instantly.
Whoa! Híjole!
I thought the plan was to do this discreetly.
Desperate times and all that. Now come on, let's get out of here.
You're taking the prototype, I see. Wait, where did you get a charged power cell? We only charged one up, and we used it in the demonstration.
I hooked this one up to the etheric generator.
You what? That's incredibly dangerous. That kind of unfiltered surge would leave the power cell completely unstable. Unless it's discharged within the next, 20 minutes. It will explode.
Oh, we'll have to worry about that later. Let's get back topside before your assistants figure out what's going on.
Yeah, we got 20
If that
minutes.
power cell starts glowing white, you had better let me know quick.
We got 20 minutes to make our escape.
After you, Doctor.
Oh no! Of course, we had to have people waiting for us.
Hold it right there.
Shouldn't you be cowering under your bed?
Shut up. Hand over your weapons and come with us. There's someone wants to see you.
Uh-oh, he probably figured out I burglarized him.
Taking some air, Dr. Clark?
Hey,
Kindly
welcome,
stand
Dina.
over there if you would. You three, up against the wall.
She had this funny pistol on her.
Ah, there it is. Can't let this fall into the wrong hands, can we? Now, have you got anything to say for yourself?
How did you know we were here?
I had you followed after our encounter at the Jolly Good Club. You thieves are all the same.
We are not thieves.
No, you raided my supply wagon, broke into my private room, took my key card from my safe, and stole my etheric pistol. If you're not thieves, you should consider taking it up. You're naturals.
We're, finders.
We had no idea the wagon was yours. We were only trying to help the Autumn right a wrong done to them.
Friends to the savages, how noble. It's clear to me you've no idea what you've stepped into. So, who put you up to this?
You think I'm gonna tell you?
Perhaps there is honor among thieves. We've chatted long enough.
General, what are you doing?
Conducting my own test, Doctor.
Uh-oh.
It's time to see if your prototype really works.
Not so fast, Laporte.
Oh, the cavalry has
I
arrived.
strongly advise you not to fire that pistol.
He's got a monocle. You can't argue with that.
Who in blazes are you?
Timothy King, representing D.W. Shaw and Vespuccia Petrel.
Why have you come to this little summit?
Miss Legere and her companions were charged with delivering Dr. Clark to my employer. They are the company's responsibility. I have to insist you stop interfering with our agents and let them go.
You can't be serious.
I am.
Boys, take care of this louse.
Stand down, pendejo!
Oh, we got more people coming.
Lieutenant General!
Well, we've got all kinds coming out of the woodwork tonight. And who might you be?
How did they get on this island?
General Marisol de la Vega. You must be General Laporte.
Seems you new Spanish revolutionaries are much cleverer than I was led to believe.
Cabron.
General Marquez assigned me to trace the suspicious shipments of Aurum passing through Fort Beaumont. The trail led here.
Well, bully for you. Perhaps if you attended more to affairs in your own country, you rebels could accomplish more than mounting the occasional irritating riot for Spain to put down. But instead, here you are irritating me.
I gotta put a bullet in your head, Laporte.
Do so, and you'll receive one in kind. That goes for Mr. King as well.
It would seem we have reached an impasse.
I'm afraid the word impasse is not in my vocabulary.
You're playing with fire, General. Literally.
How do you mean?
The power cell in that pistol is unstable. It's about to blow unless it's discharged.
I see. Thank you for the warning. Suppose I should discharge it.
Oh. Damn. Oh, I guess we can die.
What a jerk. People like that don't deserve warnings. Let's take that again. Aren't I entitled to some last words?
Yes, I suppose so. Go on,
then. Ooh, there. Tell my editor the article will be late.
I must say, of all the people I've met, you're the most unstable. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Clark?
Oh, yes.
What?
General Laporte, there is something you need to know.
Now, Clark? Really?
I am afraid it's quite important.
What then?
Well, you see, in my research,
there we go. Just gotta distract him.
Facts about the nature of ethericity. As it turns out, etheric particles, when agitated, enter a state of flux. They begin to dance, in a manner of speaking.
Yes, and...
Well, isn't a problem. But if one were to, say, contain an excessive etheric charge in a small container, the particles would dance with an ever-growing intensity. They would continue this frantic movement until, after a certain amount of time, the harmonic resonances caused by the vibration of the particles would rapidly intensify, at which point, with no outlet, they would quite literally explode.
Allow me to demonstrate.
You say you've discovered how to make an etheric bomb?
Yes. That would be more or less the long and short of it.
That is excellent news, although this is a strange time to deliver it. We'll have to work it into the next phase of the project.
Well, as it turns out, I'm a bit ahead of schedule.
Oh?
Yes. An etheric bomb has already been developed.
And delivered.
Clark, you mad genius. I knew it was a wise decision to hire you. I can't wait to see this new weapon.
Well, that worked out too well.
Maria.
Whoa! Hands up, Coarte!
Nice going, Doctor.
That was... Oh my. I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep stalling.
That was one of the most satisfying explosions I have ever seen.
Let's get off this rock, shall we?
Well done, Lieutenant General. I knew you would come through.
Of course, Comandante. Now that we have discovered the destination of Laporte's clandestine Orem shipments, how shall we proceed?
It is clear the General will no longer be needing his Orem. How remarkable that in his final moments, he chose to donate it all to the glorious cause.
I was there, I heard it.
You will find it all stashed away down in the base underground. I leave the arrangements in your hands.
Will you be returning with me?
Not just yet. I need to return with the others to collect our payment.
Very well. We can rendezvous on the island later.
We're back, ma'am.
I assume everything has been taken care of?
All loose ends have been tied.
Splendid. Send them in. You've no idea how pleased I am at your success. It's good to finally make your acquaintance, Doctor. I am D.W. Shaw.
The pleasure is all mine, madame.
We have much to discuss. First, I must conclude my business with Miss Legere and her companions.
Of course.
In our cut.
You've been through a great deal. I cannot thank you enough.
You can thank us enough. With money.
We were almost killed, you know.
I imagined it would be a dangerous undertaking. Yet here you stand before me. I won't keep you any longer. Here is your payment. Mr. Ackerman was promised 25,000, but considering all your trouble, I've increased it to 27. I'm sure you'll find it easier to divide.
Quite so. Oh, look at all that money.
Thank you, Mrs. Shaw.
Make it rain,
Pleasure
Mrs. Shaw.
doing business with you. Before you go, I made some inquiries and learned a few rather compelling things about General Laporte. I could share the information if you like.
Do it. I need it for my book rights.
Go on,
and the
then.
movie
It
rights.
seems General Laporte was a staunch supporter of Mr. Atwood's trade party, quite vocal about his desire for the advancement of steam tech and etheric research. There were also rumours that he held some more controversial opinions regarding this country's sovereignty.
He was a separatist?
Apparently so.
You think Project Rosewater was meant to arm some kind of etheric revolution?
I am merely relaying the information I've learned. Anything beyond that is pure speculation. The only person with knowledge of Laporte's motives is the man himself.
And that information died with him. Well, with him gone and the prototype pistol destroyed, whatever plans he had can't come to fruition.
For now, yes. But I can tell you one thing about this world. It is rare that one accomplishes anything of note alone.
We should get back to our hotel. It's been a long night.
Indeed. Goodbye, Miss Legere. I hope you and your friends enjoy the rest of your time in El Presidio.
And thank you, Miss Leger. I appreciate your facilitating this new opportunity.
Best of luck to you, Dr. Clark. This was all very enlightening.
Definitely have one hell of an article to write.
So, what are you two planning on doing next?
I have decided to stay in Vespuccia and help Antonio and the refugees settle into their new lives here. General de la Vega means to return and fight. She should be well equipped after securing Laporte's Aurum. But I feel it is my duty to assist those who were displaced here.
What about you, Danny?
I'm not really sure. Suppose it wouldn't be such a bad idea to visit my folks. It's been too long. After that, guess I've got to find a new line of work. And what about you, Harley?
Suppose I'll head back to Rosewater. I've got an article to write after all.
So, this is where we bid each other farewell, eh?
This is where we part ways, for now. But you know where to find me. And you can be damn sure I'll write back.
But did we find out about Nadine?
Hope
Oh,
I'm not interrupting anything.
Lola? How did you find us?
I'm a tracker, remember? Anyways, I'm heading back to Rosewater. Wanted to see if you needed a lift.
Yeah, that'd be much appreciated.
Then let's get a move on.
You ever for a moment consider just slowing down a tad?
Never. Say your farewells and let's go.
I'll see you both around. It was a real pleasure traveling with you.
Hasta luego.
So long.
wonder if we're going to find out about Nadine as well.
I'm back.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Leger, it's been a year.
Did I miss anything while I was gone?
Let's see. There was a dust devil by the saloon that nearly knocked Sheriff Gamble's hat off.
Front page news, then.
Seriously, though, I spoke with the leader of the Autumn. She gave me some good stuff. The article runs next week. What of your great adventure?
Concluded now. But I've got plenty of material for an article. Maybe even 5.
And you'd best get to it. Better to jot everything down while it's still fresh.
Right you are, boss.
Oh, we actually have to write the article.
They say the end of every journey marks the beginning of another. If there's any truth to that, this writer hopes the next one is decidedly duller. My companions and I set out from Rosewater and traveled across the Vespuccian frontier, encountering bandits, rebels, visionaries, eccentrics, and many more friends and foes. We were led to believe that our quest was for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune, but as it turned out, we were on the trail of the very man himself. The following is an account of that journey, with no detail spared, no fact left unrelated.
Then I put on a tinfoil hat, which Jake used to fashion a fake gun.
And so at the journey's end, you may ask yourself, dear reader, what of the main players in this saga?
Oh, we're going to get an epilogue.
Danny went home to a happy reunion with his parents. He says he's hung up his pistols and retired from gunslinging, with the intent of pursuing a culinary career.
Oh,
I
nice.
said I'd be a regular if he ever opened a restaurant. I shall have to honor that promise should it come to pass. General Marquez, known to us as Phil, has reunited with a group of new Spanish refugees in the town of Shivering Pines. He is helping them to acclimate to this new land, and has helped them secure jobs and living quarters. I have no news of the new Spanish Revolution, but Phil seems happy to be leading his people to a new life here in Vespuccia. I wish them all the best. Nadine Redbird has written to tell me she has fully recovered from her wounds and begun the process of obtaining her medical license. She tells me she plans to convert Lola Johnson's wagon into a kind of mobile clinic, traveling the frontier helping those in need. It will be a welcome change from the usual traveling merchants hawking miracle cures. I can think of no one more qualified to dispense
I was worried that was going to be a downer
As for
ending.
Miss Johnson, this new business venture will hopefully be more to her liking. At the very least, she now sets her own course, rather than bending to the whims of her clients. Miss Johnson truly opened up and offered me her friendship, for which I am ever grateful. I am truly happy that she and Nadine have found each other. Of course, I must acknowledge the catalyst for this grand adventure, Gentleman Jake Ackerman, albeit with some trepidation. For while it's true that he set this whole adventure in motion, it is my unpleasant duty to inform you, dear readers, that Mr. Ackerman is nothing more than a fraud. Far from the brave and noble hero he purports to be, Jake showed his true colors in a moment of danger. We found ourselves ambushed by Blackburn agents. Jake disgracefully turned and fled, leaving us to face the ruthless barbarians on our own. I have not heard from him since, nor would I wish to. As far as I'm concerned, he could be dead in a ditch or drowned in cheap whiskey in some dark saloon corner. The sooner this fallen star fades from our collective memories, the better we can all sleep. As for Dr. Clark, he seems happy in his new employment at Vespuccia Petrol. I can only hope his contributions to Mrs. Shaw's enterprise offer greater balm to the restless, inventive mind than the manufacture of apocalyptic weaponry. That, dear readers, is the long and the short of it. This was an adventure unlike any other I've been on. I doubt any other will ever compare. Whew, my hand hurts. We'll see what Joni has to say about this in the morning.
It cuts back. You're fired.
Well, what do you think?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes, of course I do.
It's good. Very good. It's great, actually. There's just no way on God's green earth we can print this.
Why not?
Secret underground laboratories, government conspiracies, special projects to develop etheric weapons. No one will believe a word of it. Not to mention you name some very powerful and important people who'd have me locked up for libel with a snap of a finger.
So what do you suggest I do?
Doctor it up a
Perhaps
little.
you can repurpose it.
Come again?
This story's got everything. Adventure, mad scientists, conspiracies,
Write a
betrayals.
book.
Paul could pay through the nose to read this. If it were a novel.
Novel?
Sure. All you have to do is change the names, do a little narrative restructuring. You can even say it's based on actual events. That way we're off the hook if anyone's feathers get ruffled. What do you think?
A whole book, huh?
Trust me, I have a nose for these things. This one smells like a hit. You're
Could even-
sitting on a pile of aurum.
Could even make a point-and-click
All right.
adventure game out of it.
I'll do it.
Excellent. Now all we need's a title.
That's
about
your job, isn't
Rosewater?
Suppose it is. It needs to be something catchy. Something simple yet evocative. Something like...
Title drop. Very literally. Well, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, this might not be the time in which point-and-click adventure games existed either. Yeah, it's a fun game. I really enjoyed Lamplight City, so I was really interested in keeping an eye on this one. I think you were there for Lamplight City, Jack? Or maybe it was someone else. It was the one where we were playing as the detective haunted by his partner, Bill. And Harley's supposed to be Bill's sister. It's also the one in which, yeah, we found out Nadine opened up a clinic with Lola.
Si los días no me pertenecen, desde que crucé tu jardín, si tu aroma mi alma carece, pierdo el deseo de vivir. Y cuando volveré, a en mis brazos tenerte. Si estando libre tú
Oh yeah, that was at least like 2 years ago. Probably 3.
La distancia no se compadece de estos ojos que sufren por ti. Y vivo la ilusión de que un día regreses. Entre abrazos y caricias confieses que no hay vida sin mí. Y dime qué me haré sin tu amor, flor silvestre. Si los días no me pertenecen, desde que crucé tu jardín. Si tu aroma mi alma carece, pierdo el deseo de vivir.
But yeah, I was glad to finally get around to playing this. And then once the credits roll, we'll conclude the stream. The plan is to play Oxenfree next, as that one was recommended by Kat. And it's actually been in my backlog for a while, so good time to check it out. Other than that, well, now that I know that you can die at this game, I'm kind of curious as to seeing if you can screw up, what happens if you screw up other areas. If it can result in a game over, or if it's just that there's fallbacks to prevent the game over. Because in that case, just getting ourselves killed only reset the scene. So needless to say, something that I'll be trying to test out. I love seeing what kind of things like that were added into the game. But I think after Oxenfree, then I'll probably stream Cloyra, just because I've been meaning to get around to it, and I just hadn't actually done so. So it seems like a good way to do that. I've been thinking doing Cloyra, and then maybe streaming another run with the Wandering Village. As I kind of want to try and learn more of the hostilities. They've actually got a release date. I forget if it's June or July. I want to say July, but seems like a good time to learn all the intricacies of the game again and fully master it. Because usually the game gets really evil once you start making it, add in all the hostility modifiers. Ooh, bonus content. Okay, maybe we can check that out real fast. Ooh, New Game Plus. Choose Act 2 vignettes and it says companion relationship tracker by pressing Control R. That'd actually be pretty nice. Bonus content right there. Oh, bloopers.
If you're serious about joining, you'll observe the customs. Also, it's an adventure game, that's why. Click on me. Click on me again. Ouch, stop clicking on me. If you would just stop clicking on me, I would tell you what to do next. Ooh, that felt good, though. Not there. Don't click there. This is not a mature-rated game. Okay.
We're not going to do the not safe for work ones, but...
I see. Excuse me, little frog. Little frog. Morning voice. Ragweed season.
Ow, it's a voice...
Every year I'm like, why am I dying? And it's the same plant. Pardon the death metal noise. Hold on. Are there monsters in this game? That's a shame.
No, we won't check all of those, but okay. And since some of them are not safe for work, we will probably not check those voice lines. Seems like there's quite a few. I think they did rotoscoping for the animation. I want to say that I read something about that. Oh, so it has Nadine there. The orchard. Because, yeah, there was a bunch of scenes during the actual travel that were pretty short. Jake's Bandit Excursion. Alternate. Developer commentary coming soon. Okay, well, that looked pretty interesting. So yeah, that was Rosewater, point-and-click adventure games. Semi-sequel to Lamplight City, set in the same universe as we travel through the Wild West, with Bill's sister Harley making a new life as a writer and getting roped into a treasure hunt. And if they do another game in this setting, I'll be definitely eager to see it. So nonetheless, thank you for watching, and you folks have a lovely evening, or day as it may be.